And welcome back to episode 155 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I'm your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, we'll call him Malcolm In-House King, this evening.
Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas?
You know, another one. We got my guy, Coach Mike, from the beginning of the podcast.
How about that?
He ain't on,
How about that?
He ain't on WPT.
And I got you live here in the studio.
Live.
That's what it took.
You got me to crawl out my cave, baby.
Yeah.
We got my guy, Q McLeod, in the building. What's happening with you?
What's up, fellas?
You know, another one. We back
Yeah.
again. We here to talk football, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's good because I haven't watched any basketball. I will say I watched a couple of hockey games. I maintained my streak with the Blue Jackets of about an 80% chance if I go to a game that the fucking thing's going to overtime.
Yeah, it used to be like that, huh?
Uh-huh. It still is. I went to 2 this past week, and one of the 2 went to overtime. I'm like, son of a bitch. I don't know what it is.
Listen, might as well put that on the bets once the bets
Right?
come, Mike. Listen, you just go and
I'd go and
we gotta get ready.
That may be.
We gotta get ready.
Let's see what
I would
happens.
put that down, too.
You know that's when the streak breaks, though, right?
Listen, right, it's a good bet at this point.
We'll pray on it or something.
You can't pray on your gambles.
You know?
Try to pray on his gambles.
Sometimes it's sin.
Listen, anytime you start bringing God into your gambling,
Right.
you may need
You're
to
right.
There's a hotline.
You need to make that call.
You need to make that phone call. That's what I was saying.
This is separate.
Right. Oh man, what we kicking off with tonight?
Let's start with that Raiders game.
Okay.
That Raiders-Broncos game. Raiders did best the Broncos 22-16.
As I said, they would win.
And
And I might have called the spread. I don't know. I might have called.
You know
the
what?
spread.
It's crazy because, I mean, we can get right into it. We got everybody here for the most part. Coach Mike won the Pick'ems this week.
Oh man,
And it's funny. The only reason he won was because you put your Tennessee pick in late.
Oh,
It was already after the game.
No, I didn't. I took. No, we can check the
Let's
timestamp
check.
on it. I I texted it to you either before, or right during the first quarter.
G.
It wasn't
No.
end of the game.
We were actually talking in a party at the time because I gave you my pick.
Thank
Tennessee
you.
+4
I got
or
back
by
up.
4.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Q and I did. Yeah.
You know
Yeah, we
what?
both-
you
we
did.
gave you
So
verbal.
you gave it to me beforehand. You are right. You did.
Thank
give
you,
it to
Q,
me
for the
verbal.
save.
Yeah, I got you, baby.
I
I
got
got
you.
you.
So we tied then?
No, you didn't, because Malk
Look,
got the spread
and the
on the
news.
Raiders game.
And the new
Yeah. So that would mean, yeah.
Bullshit technicality. I want to see the
That is
timestamp.
true, though.
I want to
That
see the
is-
timestamp.
timestamp was after the game, but Q is right. The night before,
It doesn't count if
Malk
it's
said
not there.
10, Q said
It was
4.
on Thursday night.
It was a game night. It was
Okay,
It was before
yeah,
the game
you said
started.
10, you said 4, and you asked me if I would remember.
right.
And I forgot,
See?
but I remember.
I knew. That's why I told him.
Nah, I
Cliff,
didn't
you
put my
better
feet in
remember.
Charlie
I'm telling
Murphy's
you.
couch.
I told him.
Yeah, no, that is correct. I gotta put
I'm
that
glad I
down
had
there.
backup on that one.
Yeah, if Q wasn't here, Malk would have just had to take the
Shenanigans.
line.
Yeah, right. See how they try to cheat? Man.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Them Raiders fans.
Nah, I
Do
wanted you
anything
to
for a
win
win.
because Mike's closest to me.
Look, it must have been the jokes about Carr.
Yeah,
Press
bang.
conference.
Bang, there it is. But talking about that Raiders game, speaking of Carr, I'll just say this. Statistically, he had 62.2% completion, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 106.5 quarterback rating.
Pretty good.
That's pretty fucking solid.
Now, here's my thing, though. Most of his drives end in field goals. Period, point blank.
Okay.
Most of the time, he'll cross the 50 into the opponent's side of the field, and he can't put the ball in the end zone. We had a brief discussion about it when we was playing the game, and I was saying that most of Carr's touchdowns come from 35 yards out. But inside of that 35-yard line, he is not a threat whatsoever.
It's hard to throw the ball in the red zone, man. There's less space to cover. You got less options.
You got to get there first. You still got 15 more yards from the 35-yard line.
Fair.
Goodness gracious.
But what's that offensive line like? Because I've been thinking about it. Y'all let Alex Leatherwood go, I think, earlier in the season. He's a Bama boy. So there's no way he ain't had no potential because a lot
But
of them...
he was in between sized. He wasn't big enough to be a tackle. He wasn't fast enough to be a guard. So it was a situation where it was like we put him at both.
Right, trot him out.
Yeah, and he just couldn't make anything happen at either position. That's why they let him go. But I do feel like Carr's stats are always good on paper.
They are, and we've
Top
talked
three,
about
right,
that.
Top 3 in passing yards last year. But it's like you're not a killer, though. You're not a killer.
mentality.
Right. You're not the guy that will get the ball in the end zone by any means necessary.
Right. Well,
You're the guy that crumbles in the backfield when he's about to get sacked. You're the guy that cries at the press conference
Right.
after
so
the previous game.
that was the final piece of the puzzle to confirm that he doesn't have it. He's not built like that. When he cried in that press conference, as a Raider,
Right.
which is supposed to be a tough, badass rebel organization,
Right.
in my opinion.
Right.
Like you said, I don't know if anybody's done that.
Want everybody to feel bad for him.
no, I like that you
Hey,
said
hold on,
that.
hold on. I love y'all setup tonight, man. I love the way y'all together, man. That's tough.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Love it. The look is great.
Appreciate it. We need to get more of
And
these
we
in.
gonna get a little table skirt too, Cliff. I was telling
Yeah.
Cliff this. It's gonna have a little skirt. It's gonna have the foolproof logo.
I like that. Listen, we gotta
Cover all
have
that
the
nonsense.
cups. We gotta start having the
Sure.
cups representing everything. I should have brought. Oh, Mike got his actually. He got his. He's ready. He's representing.
What was I saying,
Ooh,
though?
look at that.
Nigga, you bobble.
Hold on.
Nigga, you bobble. They are not certified.
Who is that shit?
No. Your feet weren't in, your moccasins weren't inbound.
Always trying to take one away from me, y'all.
Your moccasins weren't in bounds. It was that, was it the Gabe Davis catch?
Yeah,
No, because
no.
he didn't even bobble, though. That
No.
was just a beautiful catch. And
It was a great catch.
They fucked
But I
him on
brought
that.
it in.
But we didn't get there yet.
Come
Yeah.
on, y'all.
But that impact was coming after that second bobble, and that's if a motherfucker was 2 steps behind you.
We're going to have to review the tape once this is all said and done on here. That's what
Yeah, running back. But
I was just saying, with Carr, he don't have that killer instinct.
oh no, CT said try to make motherfuckers feel sorry for him.
Mm-hmm.
And did you peep how he tried to use the team as the reason he was crying?
They work hard.
He said the things that people put in their bodies just to play on the field or even go to sleep at night. It just drives me crazy that certain people are willing to do that, and then who isn't though?
Right, everybody's doing that.
Trying to get paid.
Right, who isn't though?
All
That's what I'm
31
saying. And then it sounded to me like if it sounded to me like he was underhandedly throwing shots at coaching and management. That's really what I think it was. Because what was the dude with the funny name, the interim coach last year?
The punter, like special teams.
Can't think of his name.
I can't either.
I'll find it real quick.
But he did good. He did good with them on the back half of the season.
He did.
They even made it to their first ever playoffs by a wild card game.
Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah,
something of that nature.
Right.
It's like Italian.
But how can you do that, right? With this team,
Right.
It's the same team, really.
I know he missed Waller in the middle though.
Waller and Renfro's out.
Renfro.
They're not the same. Winfro was like second.
Deshaun Jackson's gone.
They're not the same. Like I don't
I
know.
don't know why he said his name.
But no,
I will agree with the Renfro. I will agree with the Renfro. Not so much with the Waller because
Brian Edwards.
He was injured a lot of last season.
Point
but you replace Brian Edwards with Devontae Adams.
If Devontae don't get the ball, then it's a done
But
deal.
Devontae's new to this. Well, it's all new because it's a new coach. I can't even say.
Right.
I like Hollins on the other side too.
Yeah, Matt Collins is straight. He's definitely straight. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it, it seems to be a better situation. You're in a better situation than the year prior, but you're doing drastically worse.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you start to question? Because as much as it pains me to say it, you can't put that all on Carr at that point.
No, you can't.
So, are you defending Carr now?
As much as it pains me to say it, you can't put it all on Carr because coaching has to play a part.
What a twist.
Right.
It has to.
Twist.
Now, don't get me wrong. I still rather keep Josh McDaniels and get rid of Carr.
Okay.
But I definitely feel like you can't put it all on Carr. But at the same time, right, coming from a Belichick and being an offensive mind,
right.
I guarantee you that his offensive playbook is
vast.
wild, wild.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the reason why you brought Stidham over from the Patriots, because you knew he knew the kind of plays you already run.
Right.
Carr may not be able to catch on as quick,
right.
so I got to bring in a guy that already knows that information.
But I really think Stidham was just an insurance policy.
Somewhat.
If something happens to Carr, injury or whatever, you know.
But Stidham is your pick?
I mean, as a backup.
As a backup.
I mean,
clearly come in and
you think there's not a better backup out there?
No, but look, you just said it. They have chemistry.
Right.
He's gonna know what.
But that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't your playbook, then wouldn't you go for a more thorough backup? There's hella backups out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, not even second string, third string players that I would take before I would take Stidham.
I agree. But like you said, I mean, it's familiarity.
But do you want to go off and spend money to get one of those
Right,
backups when it's not going to be like the make or break?
But if it's a third stringer, you may not end up spending that much anyway.
True.
He's going with the devil he knows, clearly. That's what it comes down to.
No, I definitely agree. But at that point, it's not about you. It's about the team. So unless you know he knows something the other quarterbacks don't know coming into Vegas, why would you bring him? Because he, like you said, you answered because you're familiar, because you know my playbook, you know what I'm trying to implement in Vegas. I'm sure they had a meeting when he found out that was on the table that he could go there, and he said, listen, these are the plays we're taking to Vegas. I know you already know them.
Right.
We're going to keep the same name and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was like, put me in, coach. and it makes sense. But if the quarterback can't catch on to the playbook,
right,
then it may be back on Carr.
There we go. Came full circle. All right.
It may be back on Carr. But yeah, I just think that as far as just to wrap it all the way up, as far as that not having the killer in him, I think that translates to the guy that cries at press conferences.
It does.
I think the killer rounds the team up for a meeting after the game,
right,
and gets everybody's shit together. Listen, I need you here. I need you doing this. I didn't see that from you this game. I need you doing this. Help me out.
Is he just not a leader overall?
He's not.
I don't think he has it in him.
And that's
tough to be a quarterback unless you've got like a vetein,
right? Somebody around.
I think he tries
receiver line, even linemen typically aren't going to be your leaders
right.
on the field.
I think he tries to lead like LeBron. You know what I mean? There were Jordan leaders and there were LeBron leaders. Now the reason LeBron can lead the way he leads with all that, soft shit is because I'm the guy running the game on the court.
Right.
You can't do that as a quarterback. So you historically look at the best quarterbacks.
Unless you're Peyton.
Right.
Even Peyton was cussing you out on the sideline if you fucked up. Don't get it twisted. He straightened his face up for them commercials.
They got footage.
But as far as players though, he's gonna dig you out. Come on.
Right.
You're fucking up.
That's why I like
Brady, Peyton, you think about it.
Right.
If you don't have that
Big Ben might have went too far and pushed AB. It's a different story for a different day, but he still demanded.
If you don't have that in you, I don't know what to do. Like, don't get me wrong, you can't go without God, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm not going to be praying for a win. I'm not going to pray my offensive line turns it around second half of the season. No, motherfucker, if you can't do it, get out the way.
Right. Let the next man.
Man. Derek Carr is a I need to play kind of guy.
You need what
you need to play.
Say that?
I need to play. Give me the play. What's the play? What's the call?
Right.
Decision making.
Right.
So
I see what you're saying.
He's not a game changer. He's not a game playing manager.
Right.
He's not a. I need to play, coach.
Yeah, he's the one holding his hands over his ear holes. What was that? Was that Y? X or Y? Repeat, please. Man. X or Y? You're breaking up, coach.
I'm just going to come over there. I'm just going to come over there.
Time out.
He just looks so nervous a lot.
He
looks so nervous.
That's the lack of killing you. And I just don't know what to do because, like, look at it now. Now that very clearly we know what that conversation was about, the long one after Devontae, we know what he said. Get me the fucking ball.
Right.
And ever since, he's been balling. This past game, 7 receptions, 141 yards, a 35-yard long, 2 touchdowns, 20.1 average. He's saying when you get me the ball, we score.
Right.
Now, the issue is we know that now. They've only been doing that for the past 3 weeks. Now the whole league knows you shut Devontae down, it's over for them.
Waller's out.
I won't be surprised if Seattle doesn't take us this week.
That's what y'all got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the way Geno's been playing, and come on now.
Is DK Metcalf playing? As long as he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
Tyler Lockett.
Well, I didn't see that he wasn't playing. Let me say that.
Right.
I don't want to just say he's playing.
Okay, I know he was injured weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if he's the guy that's going to lead you into the pack. With that being said, I haven't done my homework on all of the college quarterbacks coming out. But this is a very enticing year for any team to go for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Even if you don't need one and you just need a back, this is the year to do
that
it.
you can actually do the right way where they can come in, learn behind a veteran for a year or two. And
I guarantee you that there's at least going to be 3 quarterbacks that take the league by storm coming out of this specific
this draft.
Just for that reason that you stated, that it's looking pretty solid at every team with a quarterback. Couple teams got, spots up for grabs.
Right.
But for the most part, every team has the guy that they think they're going with. You can't pass up on all this talent at quarterback coming out, so what are you going to do?
Right.
You're going to get a quarterback and you're going to sit him like a Jordan Love.
Right.
And they're going to learn from a better quarterback that's not Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Sit down, little nigga. I don't need you to learn from me. Just sit down and wait for my...
Yeah, I mean, right now,
Not saying that, Aaron.
No.
I just said that for I'm just talking.
Allegedly.
shit.
Allegedly.
I'm having my own shit. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think. The problem is that you've almost got too many young quarterbacks in the league right now. Like, yeah, you could put somebody behind like Stafford. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan's probably got another couple. Is he still here? Or is he
I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
he's
he's
in,
in,
but I feel
he's
like
in
he's
now.
gonna be
That's
out
Saturday's
soon.
guy now.
Right.
When
But
Saturday
that's
first
a
came back,
guy-
he said, "I know you got your differences, but I can't coach if Matt Ryan's not my quarterback." And he was like, "Go ahead and put him in."
Matt Ryan, Stafford, like those
Kirk
guys,
Cousins.
you've got a couple of okay veterans
Right.
out there that you could put them with, tag them with.
Shit, if Zach Wilson was listening, he needed to be a subscriber to the podcast. 'Cause if he was listening,
Yeah.
he would have watched a little bit more behind Flacco. Some of the reason why you see Andy Dalton currently still starting over Jameis Winston. Because the vets, regardless of the athleticism or ability, they know more.
They do. And they typically aren't going to make some of the bad decisions that you see some of the younger guys make.
And you know,
And I will include my favorite quarterback in that bad decisions place.
Josh Allen,
Yeah.
it has been picking
How many
up.
times has he fucking turned the ball over in the red zone?
In recent
Right,
weeks,
yeah.
it's almost like the pressure is getting to him. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to keep up with what he's hearing about all the other quarterbacks.
Right,
Oh, Jalen
right,
Hurts
right.
is on the rise. Oh, I got to show him I'm still.
Right. And he doesn't. He's got enough
No, he
veterans
doesn't.
around him where he should be okay.
But in all fairness, Jameis Winston only lost his spot because he got hurt. He didn't lose it because of play.
I don't
He lost
know.
it
I don't know because if that was the case, then once you got cleared,
He
you'd be
would have
back
definitely
in.
lost his spot.
Right, but I'm saying the initial reason, whether
So you saying if he didn't get hurt, he may not have gotten pulled within the next.
right,
2-3
he may
weeks?
have because of if
Right.
he wasn't right of naturally. I'm just saying like technically he's
So he's gonna throw 3 interceptions a game.
Right.
He's trash.
He's gonna throw. Listen. If he throws 3 interceptions, he probably threw 3 touchdowns. But it's still like
Right,
you canceled everything out.
He's a Brett Favre
Well,
kind of guy.
With Jameis, I see that C on his chest. And when you come back from injury, that C means a lot. And if you ain't coming back showing that C, why I need you on my, you know what I mean, in my
But do you
starting
think he was
lineup when I
ready to
got
ever
Dalton?
wear it in the first place?
Huh?
Do you think he was ready to ever wear that C in the first place?
I mean, it could have been a thought. No, you know,
Yeah, you gotta give it to him.
training
That's your
camp
guy,
and
but
OTAs can't really measure, you know, once you get in the game.
I'd have pulled the
So-
Eagles and been like, "O lineman, you got to see." Till somebody else steps up out here, you got to see. You the
Yeah.
captain. You lead that O line and
You the
protect your
captain now.
quarterback.
You
That
get
was
the quarterback
racist.
in line. Get
I'm
the-
just playing.
Oh my lord, we love
Oh,
everybody.
shit. Where were we at?
Basically,
Wrapping up talking Carr, the Raiders.
Yeah, fuck all that. That
and
was,
other
I mean, that,
quarterbacks.
it's real. It's upsetting about Russell, and that's the one thing I did want to say about Russell. And don't get me wrong,
Sad.
stat-wise, didn't look bad, right? 77.4% completion, 247 yards, just didn't get it in the end zone. 99.8 rating. Now, I saw that, was that you that sent me that tag of Richard Sherman on the podcast saying that he thinks the way he's playing with the Broncos currently, he thinks that the Broncos management didn't even look at
I
Russell
said that
Seattle
too.
tape
Yeah.
to see if he would fit well
Right.
there. And I said, that's a very
See
interesting
how they
take.
use him and stuff.
That's a very fucking interesting take. And I could see that being just grab the name.
Yeah, here's the thing. Russell in recent years, Seattle, or Russell in Seattle 5 or 6 years ago?
Well, see, that's the thing, though, because if you're watching 5-6 years ago, we know Father Time is undefeated. So I don't know that you'll ever get that Russell,
right.
especially if the
But what I'm
current-
talking about with that was when he had the
I
running
get it.
game and he had Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
Right? Like, traditionally, the Broncos are a run-first team.
Right.
Traditionally. Like,
Right.
that's a Shanahan offense.
Yeah, Miss Terrell Davis.
Right.
Yeah, I think he was the best Broncos running back
Hold
that
up.
comes to mind.
Clinton Portis was a dog.
Clinton Portis was a dog, but I don't know that he was a Terrell.
Man.
But
he
still.
was just hurt. He was hurt.
The
Who?
thing is I don't think they have
Clinton
the tools
Portis.
around.
But that's what I'm saying. Terrell Davis did it year in, year out for at least 3 years.
Yeah, with injuries.
Year in, year out.
TD was a
Wasn't nobody else taking snaps, just
He
me.
was a dog. He definitely was.
And that's what I was gonna say. You're looking at Russell to be successful, but the running game is terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
They just released
that's the
Melvin
thing.
Gordon. They just released
Melvin.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
But Melvin Gordon never panned out
He
anyway.
sure did, but he did for what was that in Chargers? Remember didn't he
His
have, like,
first year, he had a great year.
Yeah, and after
Second
that,
year, slow. It seems like it
Injuries.
consistently,
declined.
from there.
I mean, and you got Latavius Murray that they're giving 17 carries to, and he's getting 49 yards. I mean,
Former Raider. No, or
That's the
Cowboy.
thing. I think that they
Yeah, you
they
got
expected
that.
to have a stronger run game, which is why they thought Russell was a good fit. But
Mm-hmm.
in absence of that stronger run game, Russell can't carry it
He
himself.
can't. And he's been getting injured too. He's been talking about a different injury for weeks now.
I mean, but that's one where I don't think he's lying.
no, he's probably not, but it doesn't help when you keep losing and you keep saying
It just fucking sucks, right? And I know this from experience being a Raider. If you gonna go all in, you expect to have a decent season. You feel me? Now it's
Right,
even worse for
right,
the Broncos
right.
because they went all in on a QB.
big money too. Big money.
I'd much rather go all in on the wide receiver because then the QB can be interchangeable.
Right.
But to go all in on a QB that you expect to run your team for the next 3 years, that might not have been the best look.
Talking about Broncos country. Let's
Listen,
ride.
you better hope the
Yeah.
weed sales pick
Yeah,
up
they were-
because I don't
they
know
were
if the
better off
football
putting
team
their
gonna
chips
get
in
you
at
all
the
that
draft.
revenue.
Tell Sierra get back on tour.
You said what, kid? What'd you say, kid?
no, I just said they were better off pushing their chips in at the draft, but they did nothing, and then got sold a dream.
Yeah, I agree with that. But we'll move on. Browns Bills.
Mm.
Browns took the loss 23-31 to the Bills.
Closer than anticipated.
It was closer than anticipated, but that's because Buffalo quit playing in the fourth quarter.
Is that right?
Like
I
the
didn't
Browns
watch the whole
scored. The
game.
Browns scored twice in the fourth, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jacoby was looking.
they
good
scored
all
twice
game.
in the fourth, and Buffalo let them back in it. Like, I actually thought that they were going to come away with that onside kick at the end of the game because I'm looking at the clock seeing 19 seconds, and the Browns R1 on the kickoff team almost stole that ball away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on in Buffalo. They've been struggling the last couple of weeks. They've been choking at the end. Like, they're just not closing.
Right.
And I do think it's because of the injuries, although that excuse is about up.
Well, see,
Like-
that's the thing, though, Mike. You were absolutely correct when you were saying when you thought they should have sat Josh Allen. That window has now closed. You can't afford to sit him anymore. So
Yep.
now he's just going to have to deal with nagging injuries until the end of the season.
Well, him and
Hopefully
half
it
the
won't get
fucking
worse.
defense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Milano came back and he had a good game. Edmonds is still out. Rousseau's out.
Milano's y'all's middle linebacker. Huh?
Yeah. He's kind of an outside hybrid.
Okay.
He is what I would call, he's more of a coverage OLB than a rush OLB. Like, Tremaine Edmonds
I
is
like
the
that,
guy
though.
in the middle.
That's what we need in Vegas.
You got Blake Martinez retiring and selling his rare Pokemon card for a fucking $1 million or some shit. I said, damn.
Yeah. Not resting up for this division stretch with Buffalo is going kind of.
Nah, I've got major concerns about it.
Yeah.
Especially giving up the games the way they have. Like, the Vikings won, and I wasn't on last week, but
Right.
that was the most painful fucking thing to ever watch.
But
How do you get a
uh-huh.
a third and goal from the one stop, a fourth and goal from the one stop, and then the offense fucking fumbles the ball and gives up a fucking touchdown?
Of course, though, they're nervous as fuck. That center knows that they're lined up right in front of me. I got to get this ball to him and push forward.
Oh,
and
it was-
this doesn't
No,
work.
that wasn't on the center.
You don't
It
think?
was on Josh.
Nah, it wasn't on the center. That center put it right there. That was Josh anticipating.
He looked forward to like.
Mm.
Yeah, he was.
But it goes back
He
to
was-
what you were saying.
Yeah, everybody's thinking the next move. You're not thinking what needs to be done currently. It's just like going out for, you catch a pass and you looking down the field and you drop the ball because you like, fuck.
Right.
I knew what I was about to do there.
But what I will say is Josh has taken ownership where other quarterbacks have not.
Listen, we gonna get to it.
Yes.
We gonna get to that.
Josh.
Only in the AFC East that happens though.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the onus. That's because we just
Take-
grown differently.
We're gonna get into that. But yeah, Jacoby had a game. 68.3% completion, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 116.3 quarterback rating.
I think he fumbled though.
Yeah, he did. Josh Allen had 66.7, 197 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, 100.4 rating.
They shut Nick Chubb down though. He ain't scored.
He was trying. He was trying on plays, but yeah, they did shut him down. Which is a good
like
sign.
Ed Oliver and some of those other guys in the middle were back. Even if Tremaine Edmonds is still out, like the D line was back and healthy
That's
for the
a
most
good
part,
sign.
minus Russo.
That hit that I can't remember what his name is, number 43 on Cleveland, hit y'all with to stop the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, they're here. They're here. They're coming to play. But that's the team everybody wants to beat. That's what happens when you have that target on your back.
That's true.
Everybody wants to
We're
beat
going to
some
take
teams.
everybody's best shot.
And I think Miami was Craig, right? For real, because like the Bills were Debo for a while, and Miami busted them with that brick, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's Debo. He ain't the same Debo I thought he was." Didn't Craig whoop your ass, Debo? Now everybody gunning for him because your boy Justin Jefferson, he went off that game. He might have single-handedly got them that win. Right. I don't want to say single-handedly, but played the biggest part. But that sideline catch to Gabe Davis, that was a bullshit call. That pass interference on
Diggs there at the end.
No,
The offensive pass interference? It was on Cleveland's corner number 3 on No, it was your corner number 3 on a Donovan's Peoples-Jones streak where he jumped the route but had the back of his shoulder pad. Was not a pass interference. Had his arm wrapped.
That was not. He did it as he went up. Exactly. It wasn't like he was holding him before he went up. That was not a pass interference. I just saw that arm around his shoulder pad and caught it, but it wasn't a pass interference. What else did I see in that? I saw a lot of drop passes. I know that much. I saw a whole lot of drop passes.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs didn't get any much fantasy points in that.
Nah, he only got 1 touchdown. That one to the back of the end zone.
He should have had another one, but it got called back. That was an offensive pass interference.
I thought he was
Oh, is that the one you were talking about?
tear them up.
I don't think I saw that either. I must not have been watching.
Like I said, we've been struggling to close. And it comes back to what I don't like is the play calling in the red zone as of late. Like, I am a fan of going almost the same way Ohio State does and go power quarterback run.
Right.
Or at least make it a run
y'all
pass
can afford
option.
to do it. That's what I was about to say. Y'all can afford to do a RPO once you get down there.
Right.
Especially now that you got Naheem Hines.
Well, and he'll start to come along.
And he has been to me.
And
Well,
Cook has been the one that's been
I
stamping
signed
up.
into fantasy. Is it James Cook?
Yeah.
I like him. You see him
Yeah.
play?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, right? How y'all turned around y'all's run game that fast.
We did.
Right.
But
because
it's
not
also
that-
been in tandem with this stretch of of having a couple of bad games.
Right. It's crazy how important the run game is. We just talked about the Broncos with Russell Wilson, but it seems like they're like one of the most unappreciated when it comes to contracts.
Oh, they are right now, but that's a cyclical thing. Like, I think it's because it's so much backs by committee right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not a
You can't
back
afford
that
to give you a
is
full
right.
joint. Josh Jacobs, and they was talking about letting him go.
You
Where the
can't
fuck
afford
is
to.
Zamir White being? Where's your committee?
Right,
They got
right.
Abdullah or
You said they were gonna let Josh Jacobs go?
yeah.
Yeah, they were shopping him.
Yeah, this year, yeah. They probably won't anymore.
Right.
I mean, if they do, it'd be a Raiders move. What'd you say, CT?
Let him come to New England. We'll treat him right.
Listen, yeah.
Y'all ain't got
What
enough
y'all
money
do
to
with
pay
Nelson
him.
Aguilar?
Stop it.
Yeah, Aguilar probably on the phone with Jacobs now. Like, don't come to New England.
Don't do it.
Don't
do
come
it.
to this fucking
Crazy.
military
Bill
base.
something over there. Come on now.
You just
I
trying
don't
to get
pay
my
enough.
guy.
That boy need money.
Nah, Josh always been my guy. You gotta pay that man.
Yeah.
Pay that man. Period.
Come win over there. Come win.
But I did notice that the Bills were definitely, I don't want to say over targeting, but Dawson Knox was their guy that game.
They what I think they do well is they game plan by game, like who's getting the ball.
That's interesting.
Like you have seen games where Diggs is the guy and
Right.
he gets 6-7
or
catches.
Davis
Or Davis,
Mhm.
and this game was Knox's.
You're right.
And that's why they can be so dangerous is you can do that.
Right.
I mean, we all wanted Isaiah McKenzie to be the
It's
fourth
almost-
wheel there.
Right.
Like,
It's almost like the Bills have the more complete offense, but the Dolphins have the more dangerous one.
I think that's probably a fair statement. And it depends. It depends on which. It depends. Are we talking the first 4 games, Josh Allen, or the last 4 games, Josh Allen?
You're right. But that's the thing. He's your conductor.
Yes.
Train doesn't move if Josh isn't confident, doing well, and it's very clear to see at least these past 2 weeks, confidence in there.
No, and
It's not there.
part of me wonders if it's the injury, and then
I
part
bet.
of me is like, is this?
And then his dumbass threw that elbow, trying to break up that fumble recovery in the Vikings game, and hurt his
Hurt
shit
it,
again.
yeah.
He got up like, oh
Yep.
fuck.
I shouldn't have
Why?
done that.
Why though? You're the guy. You're the quarterback.
Because that's Josh, man. He can't.
tough.
I like that.
If
I
he's
do
in-
like
if
the
he's
quarterback leading
in,
by
he's
example.
in.
But come on, G. Use your head too. We need both. We need brains
that's that
and
street
brawn.
mentality, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, when you hurt something in a fight, you hit with that first.
Right. Right. That's the truth, though. I've definitely broke my hand and threw it again just to make sure, like, oh, yep, it's broke. It's definitely broke.
That's not gonna work.
Right.
Taking this one off the equation.
Now, the
Right.
only reason that I'll give the Bills a pass, they were telling so many stories during the game of like dudes that had to walk half a mile in the snow to be able to
Right.
get to a ride to
Oh,
get
right.
the fuck out.
I seen
Like,
that.
Then y'all played in
Detroit.
yeah.
Detroit,
That's what I was about to
yeah.
say.
I don't know how y'all got out. I seen
Y'all got
pictures.
y'all played Detroit Thanksgiving, then you have another home game in Detroit after that Sunday. Not Sunday. But I know it's a quick turnaround. It can't be. Is it a Monday game
That snow is bad.
or
Nah, they would have at least 10 days
Thursday?
if they're playing on Thursday.
right?
I mean, they do have back-to-back Thursday games.
So that's probably it.
Yeah, they've got the
Yeah, they do
Patriots
play
next
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, that's it then. That's what I'm thinking. I'm tripping.
Yeah, 2 Thursdays. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that's tough, and you can't even play in your own damn stadium.
Right. But the fans showed out in Detroit. There was a lot of Bills.
I
fans
wonder
in
if they're
Detroit this
considering the plans for the new Highmark Stadium. If they're considering a dome after like basically
You
losing
guys-
this week's game.
year. A place like that should, even Green Bay, they should.
Yeah, but that's
automatically
also-
have domes.
It's
Just 'cause
also
of
an
the weather.
advantage.
Just for that reason.
I agree with that. It should be an advantage. What I will say is
You don't be
we
trucking
have
through
not
the
been
feast.
playing well in the snow the last couple of years. So I'm almost to the point where I'm like, fuck it. Let's just make it a dome and be done with it. Like
Yeah.
Who was that one? What is that? What field is that? Where they got the
Retractable dome?
Is that the
Retractable.
Dallas? That's Dallas.
yeah.
You know
Do that.
Yeah, Jerry. Well, that's Jerry money though.
Do that.
That's Jerry money.
To make the call on whether or not you're gonna make it
Go ahead and do
a
that.
snow game or not
'Cause,
based on who
at
you're
that point,
playing.
it's
I
not-
like
'cause
that.
Yeah.
I like
Jerry,
it.
Yeah.
Jerry did it.
Nice.
Jerry did it as
Play
a flex.
Miami.
I'm about to
you
say
gotta-
we
you
playing
open that
Miami. We
motherfucker
playing
up.
Miami.
Oh,
Open
open
that
that bitch
motherfucker
right
up.
now. Halftime. We down by how much? Open that dome.
Oh,
up.
yeah, you can pick and choose.
Open that dome.
Manipulation.
The
Weather
fuck?
manipulation.
That's what I'm saying. That would be tough. That would be an advantage where Jerry Jones was just trying to flex on motherfuckers.
Right.
You don't
That
need a
would be
dome
an
in
advan-
Dallas.
Have you ever opened your motherfucking sunroof after it snowed? Have you ever done that on accident? Yeah, tough. Open that dome.
all the snow literally just piles in.
Right, we play in Miami, and right now they're approaching the 50. Open that dome.
As soon as they say height, open it and snow comes.
Listen, I'm telling you.
3 Miami players were injured
Right.
Yeah, that's a loss.
when the
Right.
Bills opened their dome and 6 feet of snow fell on
Well, they
Tua.
already started that petition for the turf. You guys see that?
broke
The
his hip
petition
again.
they started for the turf.
How about that got shot down, though?
I'm sure it did, but a lot of people
Yeah, I thought
had
that got
signed
shut
off
down.
about the turf being a problem and the injuries. And I mean, I don't know. I think that is having a lot of effect on injuries.
I think turf in general has been good for the game of football. However, nobody maintains it the way it's supposed to be maintained.
No.
Like you are literally it's technically every 2 years. At least that's what they tell high school stadiums. Like you are supposed to replenish like the rubber pellets and everything.
Right.
Now I'm sure the NFL that's different.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
But high school, like I know St. Charles put it in the field and we didn't replace the turf for 10 years.
mm,
And then we had 2 seasons where we had 7 or 8 collarbone breaks off of tackles. Because guess what? It ain't maintained.
right. And it's
At
not
that
grass.
point,
It
it's
doesn't
not
give.
grass. It doesn't give.
It hurt.
Like now, my dumb ass played on AstroTurf the first 2 years in college.
I
I don't know if you know about AstroTurf. You ever played at an indoor
Rugburns.
soccer facility?
Rugby, you better
Literally would take full shades of skin. Like we all
Yeah.
wore the fucking forearm guards and had nothing to
What
do
do
with
you
looking
do
cool. Had
for
nothing
your
to do-
legs as a running back?
Just you were fucking torn the fuck up. That is like playing on carpet. That is like playing on
I
this
was gonna
shit.
Carpet with no fluff.
Ooh,
Right.
maybe we need to talk to somebody, an investor, to see about some leg covers for NFL players. I bet it's a lot of kids that will buy.
Probably.
Because there's still a lot of turf, and I doubt, like you said, that high school turf, you went to a Catholic high school.
Right.
If anybody had the money to maintain that turf, it was them.
Right.
So I know it's a lot of motherfuckers out here that's playing on turf that
Right.
shouldn't be on
Right.
turf.
Right.
Well, that's why I think you see
Weak
the city
ankles.
leagues stay with grass.
Right.
City leagues stay with grass because they ain't got a choice.
Right.
City League's stadium may be a couple blocks down away from
Across from the liquor.
But yeah, after a game like that, though, I do want to pose this question before we wrap up. And first of all, let me just say that the game ball goes to Tyler Bass. 6 for 6. Won 20 yards within the 20 yards. One within 30.
Basically,
or two
he
within
kicked
30.
the cycle.
Right. 2 within 30, 2 within 40, 1 50 plus.
Loki, all the points.
Right. 18.
Right. Right.
That's more than half. He gets the game ball. But my thing is Deshaun Watson's return approaches, right?
In theory.
Is that this week?
Well, it depends, right? Because this is week 12, but the Browns haven't played 11 games. You feel what I'm saying? The Browns had a bye, so
Okay.
technically week 12 is their 11 games.
I see what you're saying. They're gonna go off of the amount of games.
Yeah, are they going
Yeah.
weeks or are they
The
going
actual-
games?
I
right.
think that's
Yeah,
going
he
to tell you
returns
what they.
13.
I think that's going to tell you
Week
what they
13.
think.
Week 13, so they went games then. So he returns against
Yeah,
the
he gets-
Texans week 13.
How ironic.
Right.
The
Nice.
NFL script, baby.
That's money right there. That's
Nothing but money maker for the league.
What you got, CT?
Money.
You know how that go, man.
Right.
You know how that go. These motherfuckers,
Ratings,
greedy
money.
motherfuckers. But
Prop
yeah,
bets on the rise.
so, but my question would be, after a game like that from Jacoby, and I do think his past couple have been very decent, do you bench him?
I've been saying this all along.
Far.
I don't know why they brought Deshaun in.
You don't think he could be better than Jacoby?
I think he could be.
By far,
Do I
yeah.
think making a change this late in the season that he's going
No,
to
that's
be?
the issue, right? But do
He
you
will
give
be.
him his reps now Browns are 3-7.
So they ain't going anywhere
That's
anyway.
Right. I would think you would give him his reps now, so when he comes in the next season, he at least has some gas.
He has
behind him.
some grasp of the offense.
Right. But you're 3-7. It's not like anybody's going to turn that around.
No.
What do you have? We on week 12, so what they got?
I mean, they're shooting
6
for a
more
500
games?
season.
The NFL, you never know.
Yeah, you never know, man.
You right.
Division.
You are right about that.
Division not that
He's
strong.
good, but he played in almost 2 years, so his body should be ready. You know what I'm saying? He should be ready.
So what do y'all do? Do y'all keep Jacoby or do y'all pull him and put Deshaun in the first week he's
He
available?
played. He left off being the passing leader in the
Well,
NFL.
Right.
What's Cleveland's record right now?
3-7.
I don't care about the record. I just
gave
gave you
Right.
$230 million
Yeah.
guaranteed.
This guy, and he is ready. The fans gonna get to going crazy.
It'd be
soon as he
one thing if
returns.
you had a winning record. I see the superstition. Go with the hot hand. I mean, that's just me.
Right.
But
You're just gonna see that first drive. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this is who we want."
I'm sure that happens when you put. I don't know how soon,
Happier.
but
Everybody else is gonna be happier. The defense is gonna get it's gonna be different. I
Jacoby
just feel like
looks
it's gonna be
good,
different
man. I
this year.
can't lie about that.
good for how long?
I don't know. He's in his right now. I feel like he's in his bag.
But all right, so think like Cleveland.
Right.
What does that mean they do with Jacoby Brissett?
They get rid
fucking
of him.
trade him.
Yeah, they get rid of him. I already knew that though.
Right.
If you bench Jacoby, he's not going to stay around.
No.
No, Cleveland is a good backup. He's cool as a backup.
He's not going to want to be a backup, especially after
Right.
what he's done this season.
I mean,
Well, I don't know,
And
man.
you know he's shopping it like I did it with the Browns.
Right.
I didn't do it with any other team in the league. I did this with the Browns. Why wouldn't I do that with? I would take him over Carr.
Oh.
Jacoby has that kill in him,
Oh,
though.
Lord.
Jacoby has that
I think you
kill
saw a
in
little
him.
bit of that this week.
Yes, and he will take a hit to get yards if that's what he needs to do. Never have I seen Carr do that ever in my history watching him. Take a hit to get additional yards? That's not in his wheelhouse. You feel me?
Man,
But he'll
even
get-
Tua take additional hits to get
And
yards.
that motherfucker takes a few of them, and they aren't always the smartest thing to do. I'm just saying that.
Hey, he's brightened up in the last 3 weeks.
He's gained some knowledge.
Mhm.
Nah, I definitely say that. But I'll tell you what, I gotta take a gentleman's room break. So CT, what you think about them Patriots Jets?
Mm.
Man, windy game. Windy for sure.
Right.
It was we kicked the field goal early and then won off a good punt return. So it was a lot of punts the whole game.
Listen, Mac Jones was 85.2% completion,
Yeah. But we
246
couldn't score. We ain't
yards.
scored no offensive touchdown.
Nope.
Sure did.
The only touchdown y'all got was that punt return at the end of the game. Yeah,
What was it?
3-3.
7 seconds left in the
Yeah,
damn
it
game.
was 3-3 through the whole game. Not the whole game, but
I
punt
lost
return.
money on that bullshit.
Did you? I know
Mhm.
Callie was pissed too because that's the last play essentially of the game.
I had
It
to
was
just
another
get
after that, but-
Give up a touchdown this week again, so that's good on the defense. Yeah, number one defense in the league for sure.
Yeah, they definitely
Nah,
are at the
man.
moment.
That's a testimony. Zach Wilson ain't your guy.
Listen, and that's what we gonna get into. Y'all can get in
But they-
to some of
But
it
they
now.
know
He like
the points for anybody else. Either it's a running touchdown or
Man,
something.
look.
you.
9 of 22, 77 yards, average
Oh.
3.5 damn yards a catch, 4 sacks, 33 yards, a rating of 50.8.
Hey,
Come on, man.
he was seeing ghosts. That's what happens when you play that New England defense, man.
Man, yeah, I was seeing ghosts too when y'all played that Jets defense.
Woo!
Sure, we couldn't kick. I don't know. It was windy,
Hey,
man.
look, hey Malcolm, they was stuttering every time Quentin Williams came. They was stuttering every time Quentin Williams came across that line. Boy,
Catch drop to the bottom though. That's
hey, look,
all that matter. We climbing. We coming.
that's a Belichick. That's a Belichick game. Y'all won on a punt return, the only touchdown of the game. That's a pure Belichick, man.
We was going to go in overtime or some miracle play. You know our special teams get sometimes.
Man, I've been watching the film to find that one illegal block, and I couldn't find it.
Hey, I was gonna be so hot if they'd have called that block at the 5-yard line. He didn't even have to do that.
Nah, he didn't. He
That's the
didn't. But
worst.
yeah, he almost. If he would have got called, he was fired. He
But
was
I'm-
released this week.
But I'm pretty
Did it-
sure I said it 3 weeks ago. Belichick ain't gonna lose to the Jets.
No, you're right.
And they are
You're right.
2-0 against the Jets, who were supposedly the hot team with the hot hand 3
Yeah.
weeks ago.
6-4, we coming.
He's ignorant.
I mean,
Y'all
that's the
coming where?
thing. The entire division is 7-3 and 6-4.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, where y'all going? Y'all ain't going nowhere.
Somebody bound to slip up.
Oh, okay. All right.
CT said the Pats is
let's
moving on
see.
up.
Who y'all got next week?
I mean, it's
Y'all got-
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible we see 3
We got
teams from the
tomorrow.
East
We
in
play
the
tomorrow.
playoffs.
Oh, yeah, y'all got the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good dome. We good.
That's the Kirk Cousins
Ooh.
redemption tour. That's what that's
Man,
gonna be.
I feel bad for Mac Jones
Why?
Justin Jefferson.
because this can make or break his career. Like,
You think?
real
On
shit.
Thanksgiving,
I
we
really.
turned up.
And you got Peterson on defense.
He said we finna turn up. Well, wait a minute, though.
Harrison Smith.
We finna hold JJ to under 100 yards. Easy.
Ooh.
Who's gonna lock
I
him
feel
up?
like I need to write that down.
Ooh.
Take notes, man.
Who's gonna lock JJ up tomorrow?
This is less than 24 hours. Come on, huh?
Who's gonna lock JJ up? Then you still got Adam Thielen,
JJ under
Dalvin Cook. Who's gonna
100.
stop Dalvin Cook?
Dalvin Cook ain't really been on nothing for real.
Nah,
so.
he
Nah,
ain't.
it don't mean he ain't ready to eat
Not
tomorrow.
nothing, not nothing,
He's
but
on
he hadn't been
my
of
team.
his normal self. I will say that.
Well, look, last game he wasn't on nothing, but
But it's Thanksgiving though. You know everybody wants to show out for the family on Thanksgiving. Everybody want to play good.
Everybody want that turkey
They
leg.
want that turkey
The
leg.
You know,
eight-legged turkey.
Right.
Do the turkey leg.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
well, we going ham. We want the ham.
He said we
let's
we want the ham.
said no pork.
They are not halal. This
make sure pineapples on this. Let's
Thanksgiving.
shout. Let's
Okay.
go.
All right. But
Man.
I know you talked about Zach.
No, I didn't. We
You ain't talk about
they were
Zach.
talking about
A little bit. Say how trash he was.
Man, first of all, 40.9% completion, 77 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 50.8 quarterback rating.
Did anybody see that clip of what Richard Sherman said about him on his podcast?
Nah, what'd he say?
I sent it to you on Instagram. He basically said that he is trash. That he literally said like he is trash.
I've been
Like,
saying that for a while. Is he your guy? I've been asking for a
I
while.
said-
Is he your guy? Now, my whole thing is, I guess after the press conference of the game,
Right.
they asked him, you know, what's going on with the offense, and he said
I seen that.
it wasn't
He said
on
that.
him. He said it didn't have nothing to do with me.
Like right, yeah, right. Right.
Like, I'm not
Well,
doing
I mean,
nothing
the
wrong.
stats you just rattled off, that sounds like play calling. That doesn't sound like a necessarily a
it could
bad
be.
quarterback.
It could be play calling, but I'm saying even with that play, if you only completing less than half
true.
of you, that means you're making bad throws.
Out of how many attempts?
I don't know. I didn't write down the attempts.
Might have to pull
Yeah, look that up. But it wasn't. It didn't even matter because even watching the game, like he had passes that went directly to Patriot DBs.
So the
Like
decision
directly
making,
to them to the point they dropped the picks because they didn't know it was going to hit them right in they
They
shit
were,
like
they were
that.
shocked themselves.
Right.
Like, wow.
In multiples, it was at least 3 almost picks.
So I'll kind of use the Ben Simmons reference that you always say as far as you got to give him time to warm up.
No, you don't.
You got to give him. Why not? You say Ben Simmons needs time to warm up. You say give him time.
Right, but the NBA game is 82. 82 game season.
Oh,
The
look at
NFL,
you, look at you.
listen, the NFL is 17. All I'm saying is if you've been out of playing for 2 years, that means you missed over 160 games as an NBA player. As an NFL player,
Miss 30.
But you got to get
Right.
the job done regardless. Is what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is these guys are young.
And it shouldn't. All I'm getting at is it shouldn't take you 20 games to get back in your rhythm.
But why not? They're young. They're not. They're not coming
Because
in.
20 games is it's a season and a half.
Yeah, but these aren't the established. We talked about earlier these young guys, how they should be able to sit behind veterans and learn. And be
But see, that's the thing, right? They're expected to come in and produce.
Right.
They are.
Look at Justin Herbert. Look at Josh Allen.
But that doesn't
Look
mean that is not the norm. At least it never was
No, I don't
until
think it is.
recently.
Right.
I don't think it is, but at the same time, I think you have to be able to keep up.
Because I mean, you just rattled off, Josh Allen, Mahomes. You're putting Zach kind of in that category.
I didn't even put
He's
Mahomes
had
What
two
about-
different
I didn't put
coaches and
Mahomes
two
in
different
What
there.
about
I would.
Lawrence? What about? I mean, I know people love him, but like
Right. Right.
Trevor
Burrows
Lawrence
ain't that
is doing
either.
better
Right.
than
He's
Zach
not.
Wilson
Burrow
on the
ain't been playing
Jaguars.
like.
say it again.
I said Trevor Lawrence is doing better than Zach Wilson on the Jaguars.
And they just picked up Daryl Henderson Jr.
Yeah,
that-
no, that's that. You're picking up a Brigham Young quarterback and you're putting him in one of the toughest places to play in the league.
Yeah.
He wasn't built for the NFL going to Brigham Young in the first place.
Right.
And then you just put him in New York. And you all of a sudden think that we're going to give him all of our confidence?
Nah, he was built for the NFL. Let him tell it.
Nah, he wasn't. They're going to tell it. That's what I'm saying. They're going to try to
hey,
tell it.
look, nah, because this is where I come back to my Tua conversation. Tua wasn't built for the NFL. Now
Why
look
not?
what he doing.
Why not, though? You went to Alabama. If
I
anybody's
understand
going to
that,
prepare
but
you out
tell
of
me the last
NCAA,
Alabama quarterback that's flourished in the NFL.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Man, he flourished where?
Flourished.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying though,
Hold on.
this is
Hold
the
on.
conversation
Hold
we're
on.
having.
What
An
you
instant,
talking
an
about?
instant producing quarterback. He came into the
Took
league,
him to the playoffs, Q.
and this is a
First-
quarterback
So?
that none of us had
So?
confidence in.
This
So
is the beginning of his career, though. I'm saying, what Alabama quarterback has flourished and produced in the NFL? Mac Jones ain't there yet, so I'm not putting Mac Jones
but
in
is
that
that
conversation.
not a good accomplishment
All
as a rookie to
It
make
is
the
a good
to make the
accomplishment.
playoffs though?
It is a good.
No, I'm
accomplishment.
saying I'm not putting Zach. I'm not putting Mac Jones in that conversation
Oh.
because he's showing progression then regression, progression
Well,
then
this
regression.
is
So
his
I'm not
second year,
putting
though.
Mac Jones in that conversation.
This is his second
I'm
year.
saying out of the University of Alabama, when's the last quarterback that's flourished in the NFL?
Only year two.
Jalen Hurts.
Nah, he's Oklahoma.
No,
That's where he grew up.
but
Grew up.
No, because I always
Alabama
say
ain't give that
Justin
man a
Fields is
shot.
a Georgia
Shut that boy
quarterback,
down.
not
They
an
tried to make
OSU
him
quarterback.
feel like shit.
Yeah,
They
no, I
tried
give
to
you
lock
that.
that boy balls
I'll
up.
give you that one. I'll give you that one. But regardless,
No.
what you
Really-
can't say, but what you can say from that is in the past 3 years, Alabama has produced the best ready-to-play quarterbacks, hands down.
And all I'm saying is Q. I can.
And then you got Bryce Young coming out this
They
year.
played the best ready to play running backs and
Wide
offensive
receivers.
linemen.
No, I agree with
and
that.
defensive
defensive line-
personnel.
yeah.
They'll give
No,
you
I
some
agree with
solid
that. I agree
guys.
with that, but you cannot deny what Mac Jones has done in his first 2 years. Now, the reason why you said he regresses is just the same reason that Patrick Mahomes regressed, because people get film on you and they start playing you a little tougher. But he still hasn't failed as a brand new quarterback. Neither has Jalen Hurts.
right.
Neither has Tua Tagovailoa. So it's like if we're
Hold on, wait a minute. Tua was failing before this season, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear no Tua talk.
Tua had more.
I don't want to hear
Tua
no
had-
Tua talk. People
Tua
been hating
had
on my Tua.
more to deal with prior to this year.
Okay.
He had
Y'all's
a
team wasn't as complete as
Yeah,
it was.
he had a
you
different
had a
coach,
decent defense,
different coach.
but you wasn't where y'all needed to be offensively by far.
Tyrese Hill stepped it up.
We had weapons.
But not,
No, you
not
had
Tyrese,
weapons, but it wasn't.
The cheetah is called the cheetah for a reason.
Listen, and Waddle's back,
Yeah, weapon last
and
year.
Waddle's
No,
back. He
I
wasn't there
blame
all
that on
season last
coaching
season.
because over the years,
Right. agree.
Miami has always gone defensively, special teams wise. I'm talking head coach wise. Looking in their searches, we've never gone since the Don Shula era after an offense-minded juggernaut because
Right.
we're always gonna get great defensive guys. We're in South Beach.
Right.
Right.
Everybody wants to play for Miami.
Now I
Every
will give you
ACC.
another. I will give you another Alabama quarterback who flagged or flagged out, and ended up playing in the XFL.
Who?
AJ McCarron.
Yes.
Back-to-back title
Couldn't
games.
get it.
Couldn't make it in the NFL.
I couldn't
Nope.
stand him.
And he was more NFL ready than damn Tua.
I don't know if I'd say that.
It's
I'm
close.
just I'm listening to all these haters over the years.
Right.
That's just
But
programming
to,
my
round
mind.
it, but to round it back to my
Yeah.
point, though, you choose the Brigham Young quarterback. I don't care what the analysts say about him. They say that you choose. Look at Kenny Pickett and the Steelers.
You're saying this.
chose-
You're saying this. Meanwhile, while a kid from Wyoming is one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league.
Josh Allen, right.
Just saying.
In New York.
But you know what? That's different,
Also in
though.
New York, actually,
But
the
you're
best
saying
the best team
And
in
that-
New York.
and that's
Thank
the
you.
likelihood.
That and Buffalo
only
is not
team-
New York.
The only
No.
team who
Wait,
actually
Buffalo is not New York. It's
wait,
in New York,
It's
but
not.
it is not
Wait.
a New York team.
Buffalo is the only team that plays in the state of New York. Thank you.
True.
What a
It's
True.
Got
still
him.
The
it's still
Giants
not
and the Jets play in fucking Rutherford, New
Rutherford.
Jersey.
Listen, you can
Buffalo is New York's
You can
team.
pop out right now and be like, "Nah, it's in Buffalo, New York. This is Buffalo, Pennsylvania," and everybody be like, "I guess so." Huh? Makes
Shit,
sense
Buffalo
to me.
more like Canada to me.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
you
it's
know,
basically
like-
Toronto.
Like, come on, like it's not like that. Like
Now
it's
don't
not
say
like,
that around diehard like Buffalo fans, because that is a sore spot talking about the team going to Toronto multiple
Well, I
times.
just thought about it, though. How come the NBA can have a Canadian team, but the NFL doesn't have a Canadian
Well, the NFL's been for years trying to get other countries to have teams, but they don't know how the scheduling would work. That's why they're integrating.
The problem
everybody
is-
playing
the
the
prob-
England game.
In order to make that work effectively from a travel
They
schedule
would have to
perspective,
come to the states for.
it's not even that. You would have to stand up an entire division or league over there.
You
Yeah,
do.
that makes sense.
You would.
You would have to stand up a 8-team division over there. Like I actually think NFL Europe, they could have done that expansion, brought those teams into the league, and you would have the AFC, the NFC, and the the UKFC or whatever.
Euro,
the
yeah,
Euro
Euro.
FC,
I bet you I can see that,
EFC.
like, way down the line.
Right.
The problem is that football as a sport isn't as big elsewhere in the
right,
world.
Right.
And then you don't play as many games either.
Right.
Right.
But Toronto would be, I'm saying easy because the
Yeah, it's
the
right there.
basketball already does. That's what I'm saying. Them specifically.
It's no additional travel time.
Right. That's
It's
what I'm
really not. I mean, and you already have a test bed. Like, you
Right.
already have the CFL there.
saying. Oh, right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But to wrap it back, look at all the low budget. I don't want to say low budget, but the quarterbacks that have come out of non-quarterback schools, and every single one of them are struggling.
I think a lot of quarterbacks are struggling in general right now, if I'm being honest, though.
But I mean, I feel like it goes to show, right? Because all these teams that pick people like that, like the Jets.
What do you call
Steelers,
what would
the
you call
Titans.
quarterback schools though?
What would I call quarterback schools?
I agree Bama should be because they run a
Bama
pro
should
style
be.
offense.
I think LSU. I think
We talked about Pittsburgh. Let's be honest,
USC
they got
used to be
screwed
the
over.
one.
yeah. I definitely think USC was back.
I
in the
never
day.
thought USC was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe Carson Palmer.
Nah,
Palmer,
USC
Matt Leinart.
Yeah,
Matt
USC
Leinart
Matt
was
Bar-
not
Matt-
shit in
Leinart
the
was a
NFL.
flop.
He was a flop, but like he was prototype built for the NFL.
But see, here's the
Bar-
thing, though.
Barkley
Here's,
was a flop.
Barkley.
Sanchez was a
Barkley,
flop.
right.
here's
And
the thing,
Bradford.
though. Everybody.
But that's the thing. Name me a school that has actually produced quarterbacks.
Texas.
Nah, it's always
McCoy.
different.
Texas,
It always
Colt McCoy,
fluctuates.
Vince Young, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna say
But
Colt
they fell off. I
McCoy.
wouldn't call them that now.
Right,
I wouldn't
right,
call them a
right.
quarterback.
I wouldn't
I mean,
say
but-
Vince
I
Young,
wouldn't
I'll
say
give
Texas.
you, but
Colt
Colt
McCoy
McCoy.
had a couple hot
He's
bucks.
still playing.
He's still playing, but-
he is actually.
Come on, he's a backup.
He's a
He's a
journeyman.
journeyman,
But he's still playing.
Right.
That says something.
But
though.
I mean,
if you're this old in your career and you're still able to keep a
Mhm.
backup
Get a
spot,
spot
it's
right.
because you know
But
something.
you don't. But I think you've got a fallacy here in your logic. There is not a school that has produced NFL quarterbacks time in, time out.
No. not
isn't.
not successful.
It's not about, but see, just like you said, it's cyclical. It's not going to be a time in, time out where you have one team consistently all throughout. It's going to be waves of.
Right.
You're
But
never
that's
going
kind
to
of
have one.
but that's the argument you're making.
Because if you had one school that only produced college quarterbacks, you wouldn't be able to get quarterbacks anywhere else. I want to go there. I'm the best quarterback. I'm going there. It wouldn't work like that. You have to, it's going to be cycles. Once we are comfortable at quarterback, then we're going to move on to running back, and we're going to add plays in for this running back we just got. Then we'll move on to wide receiver and do the same. Then it goes back to quarterback.
Right. It reshift,
Yeah, I guess.
Which is why each
that's
team
where,
has a generational talent, but you don't
right.
see anybody with multiple years of quarterbacks
like
because you're not going to be able to
back-to-back.
produce that many.
Yeah.
3 quarterbacks may last 6 years.
Honestly,
And it may be more than that, because look at JT Barrett, who played
I was
5
gonna
years
say-
at Ohio State.
I was gonna say
Holding
Ohio
up
State's-
everybody's spot. And next thing you knew, what's the name, he had to go to LSU.
I mean that was
Bro.
gonna be gonna be my point. Is the other one that crawls
Ohio
into
State,
that list is Ohio State.
Yeah, they got a lot of
Even though I'm not a fan of their quarterbacks in the NFL, they have sent a ton there. That
Yeah,
have
they
actually
send them
played.
there, but I don't think any of them have been prepared.
Oh,
And
I
I
don't
don't think,
disagree with
and I
that
don't
at
think
all.
if Joe Burrow stayed at Ohio State,
That
he
he
would
would've
be
been ready.
as good as he is now.
Probably
LSU
true.
made him that.
That's probably true.
I'm not even saying Clemson is the best football school, but quarterback wise, they're protected and they call the right plays for them.
Yeah. Now, what's his name?
The college game is also different because you're going after different kinds of kids too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you're not necessarily looking for that pocket passer that you are in the NFL.
Right.
Right. But yeah, no, I don't know. But to go back to the Jets, Patriots, Zach Wilson's out. King of New York, Mike White is set to start for the Bears.
I've seen that.
I've been said they should have started Flacco, and that was the first thing Malk said when we saw that. But it's not Joe Flacco, though. You said Joe Flacco did.
Right.
But why would the Jets start Joe Flacco when they have a young guy, especially if they think the guy that they chose to be their guy may not be
Plus,
him?
they've seen that highlight in Mike White that one
Right.
time. Yeah,
Right, and he's
Right.
young.
He's
we-
built for the city.
We don't want to fall in love with Flacco and
Right,
then have to
right.
let
He's
him
gotta
go
get
the
it right.
following season because New York would riot in the streets if they made it close with a guy who only
I actually
has
don't
one
think New
more.
York gives 2 shits about the Jets.
I don't
think-
know. You're right. You're right.
wonder
They're
what
all
the,
flipping to the
majority-
I think
Giants
it's
right now.
it's all area based.
Probably. I'm sure.
It is, but the problem with having so many people in New York, there's a lot of fucking weirdos in New York, and
Yeah.
it's
Right.
not. Ashley, I'm not talking about you.
You a fucking special.
But I actually don't think football is as big as like
Basketball,
it's made out to
Knicks and
be.
stuff.
Like baseball,
Yankees. Oh yeah.
like
Yeah, Yankees and the Mets.
Oh right. I mean, New York got hella.
Yeah, Yankees and the Mets.
They got so many.
Even the
squads.
Rangers and the Islanders.
But I mean, percentage of the city, like
Right.
it's not as big as you think it is.
Well, New York is the legit melting pot. It's a lot of cultures that don't give a fuck about football.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So when you're making jokes about like riots in the street, I'm like, no, they don't care enough for there to be riots in the street over that. People dying getting off the subway. That's what, and that has nothing to do with sports.
That's where it's going to jump it off. It's going to be a blue jersey laying on the subway tracks, and then everybody's going to wild out. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, you get more action out of baseball and basketball.
Nah, you right. You right. I would even say hockey.
Knicks and that. Yeah, hockey. Yeah, Islanders and
Rangers. Mhm.
yeah, Rangers. Yeah, that's a big one.
Madison
You want to tell
Square
the world
Garden.
how you
the
didn't
Knicks.
start
No, I
Tony
say
Pollard?
Knicks and Nets.
Knicks and the Nets,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want to tell the world about how you didn't start Tony Pollard in fantasy football?
And still BCT.
Had 189 yards.
He put up a lot, too. Pollard did put up a lot.
Man.
Miles Sanders gave me
Yeah.
6.8.
You gotta
I
stop.
was like,
You gotta
wow.
stop having.
Damn.
I be trying to tell you. You just so hard headed.
But that was because the week before he put up like 20 something for me, so I was like, just leave him in there.
you try to go with the hottest.
Yeah, all right, that's exactly what that is.
Man.
But what you got?
I gotta get back to it.
been losing.
Listen,
I got Q this week.
I'm right on the outside
You know what
of the
time it is?
playoffs currently.
Hey, you
ranked
know what time
5.
it is this week? I made a couple of adjustments too over the past 48 hours.
Don't worry about it. I have no bye weeks this week.
And you know what the worst part is? I'll say this: is Q, you about to get beat bad with your own quarterback and wide receiver. I got.
Hey,
Tua
look.
and-
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute.
I just
Y'all
realized,
remember
CT, I
that
did you like
timestamp?
that without Cooper Kupp, too. He's IR.
Hey, timestamp right
Timestamp.
110.
now. That's
1 hour and 10 minutes.
7:41 Central Time.
Oh, man, I think I just agreed to
You know-
that.
I'm gonna remember that.
You know Tua and Hill about to tear them Texans
Right,
up,
let's
man.
do
It's about
that.
to be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly, man. It's gonna. I don't even know what to say about it. All I know is Jets got Bears. We got Matt White coming through. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
That might be a good adjustment.
Garrett Wilson catch a lot of balls this week.
Right.
You know.
Man, you praying on it.
Listen, I don't care nothing about this. This is done.
What?
I guess I accepted the update and it got my phone frozen.
Technical
Ain't even
difficulties for
close.
Please
Clifford
stand
as
by.
usual.
Please stand
Technical
by.
Won't even
difficulties
let
for
me
Cliff
close
as
the
usual.
phone.
Remember how to do the reset?
It won't let me do it.
And
The
tonight's hit
update's
the
running,
shower
I
did.
guess.
With the power and volume?
Yeah, ain't doing it.
So I,
Clifton just bricked his phone in the
Didn't
middle
he?
of the podcast.
Right. That's 2 weeks in a row, Cliff. 2
Hey,
weeks
it's an
in a row.
iPhone. Just wait.
All right, get it back.
Right.
It'll bounce back.
So I see that Travis Kelce records 33rd 100-yard game, setting new record for tight ends.
That's what's up.
Is he the GOAT?
No.
I don't know. I wanted to bring that up because Malcolm had strong words about Dallas Goddard,
No.
and Travis Kelce just keeps proving me right.
I didn't say Dallas Goedert was the best tight end. I said he's one of the top. Remember, the argument was he was one of the top, I think I said 3 or 5 tight end. And you were saying that
But
he wasn't
I
even
know
top
you guys
10.
don't like to put Kelce at the 1 though.
No, I don't have a problem putting Kelce at the 1.
I don't have a problem with it, but I wouldn't say he's the GOAT. The GOAT?
tight end.
Shannon Sharp?
Gronk.
Tony
Gronk.
Gonzalez?
But Travis Kelce has already broken a lot of Shannon Sharp and them's records.
Yeah, see,
I'm going Gronk.
Gronk has too. Gronk has broken a lot of Shannon Sharp's records as well. I love Shannon Sharp. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we're talking about records.
4 rings, Gronk.
Nah, I don't see any of the this era's tight ends
Yeah, I want to see what Mike's
holding
got
a
to say about
candle
it.
to anybody back in the day.
So obviously, Mike, we're talking about Travis Kelce got his 33rd 100-yard game as a tight end, setting new record for tight ends.
The problem is with Travis Kelce is he's not a tight end.
I think he's a wide receiver. Well,
He's a wide receiver.
I don't think so.
I don't know. He does a lot in the blocking game.
Yeah, I think so too,
think
and I
so,
don't
too?
think he moves well enough to be a wide receiver.
I'm just saying, Cliff, to your point of old school tight ends versus new school tight ends, new school tight ends don't just line up at tight end.
Kyle
Right?
Pitts.
No,
They
no,
line
I
them
get
up
it.
in the
You're right.
slot. They
You're
line
right.
them up everywhere.
Well, beyond that, right? You got to think back in the Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez days, there wasn't all these offensive penalties.
Right.
You could still tug on a jersey as long as you weren't affecting their route
Right.
just to stay close. So we know that they made these penalties to run up the score to get more excitement about the game.
Yep.
So if you're going to use these penalties to run up the score, it only means that the offensive players can now get more yards.
True.
So I don't hold that record break as high enough to replace the old guard because you have, like, it's set for you to do that.
Right. Right.
You can't touch
Right.
the quarterback. Quarterback can't get touched.
Right.
They can't even impede your route.
Right. Right.
So of course you're gonna get yards.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, I'm not giving no new school tight end GOAT. I don't even. With that being said, I don't even know if I can give Tom Brady GOAT.
What?
Yeah, I'm going 10-fold on
Interesting.
that.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
in a game that was made to protect you and you
Oh.
specifically.
But
He's
Tom's
playing in different eras.
right.
bro.
Tom's been playing for over
I don't
two
care.
decades.
And they were protecting him back then.
No, there was injury. He was out.
Were
for the
they
season.
not?
He was out for the
Tuck-
season that one year.
Tuck-
Tuck rule.
Man, come on now. They've been protecting Tom since Tom was good enough to be something. When they thought that Tom had an opportunity
that
to
Super
take
Bowl.
over, they were like, okay, time to start making rules to protect Tom. You can't be a
But-
fucking GOAT.
Hold on. Wasn't
the
this a
game
snowy
changed
game against the
for
Raiders?
you. Nah, it wasn't snowy. It wasn't snowy.
He wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't snowy.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, that tuck rule shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I seen the 30.
Yes,
And
it
he
was
even
snowing.
in this day
It
said it
was.
was bullshit.
Yeah,
He said, yeah, that was
It was.
bullshit.
But what Tom also be saying?
it was
He
snowing.
said, "I'm not." The
Was
ref."
it snowing?
He said, "I'm not the ref. I don't make the calls."
I don't throw the flag.
Right, that's what a guy that gets protected
It
does.
says that's true.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what a guy who gets
I didn't
protected
arrest
does.
him.
Now, all I'm saying is, when we can talk about our Steve Youngs, our Brett Favres, and it wasn't John Elway, it was Troy Aikman, and say that they were one hit away from brain damage. But then we got this soft ass nigga here now with a couple rings talking about he's the best of all time. My nigga, no. No, you're not.
So you're gonna fault somebody because they weren't born
For the
in
generation,
that era,
yeah,
because
exactly.
they weren't born in that era.
Exactly.
Dude got
Just the same.
raised in
Right.
he got raised in 2000, 2014.
Doesn't matter. 'Cause I'm gonna break it
20.
down to you like this. It's the same reason that in boxing, the greats are the people that fought before there were rounds. It went until somebody lost. It could go 20 rounds if this fight goes
So
20
then Floyd
rounds.
Mayweather's not the GOAT because he didn't. Fight.
Can't be the GOAT if you didn't fight in that toughest era.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Can't be.
man, I
It's
don't
a
know
bold
that,
statement.
Can't
man.
be. And you know, I'm always
The views and
Floyd.
opinions
Nah.
expressed here are not necessarily
Yeah,
those of the
Nope,
Foolproof
Floyd is
Entertainment
not
Network.
the GOAT. When you talk about Sugar Ray Robinson going 96-0, and we talking about Floyd 50-0, which I'm not gonna say all his fights were hand selected because he did jump in the ring a few times with some people that was questionable. But most of the time, hand-picked fighters, and your 50-0 is supposed to trump old school fighters 96-0, knowing that they went more than 12 rounds in a lot of those fights. Nah, G, I can't give you the same. I can't give you the. You may be the most technical fighter. Can't be the greatest of all time. You may be the most technical fighter that have ever graced that boxing ring, but you are not the greatest of all time. Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar Chavez. And we talking about Floyd's 50-0. Nah, G, not having it. And I love Floyd. He is the best fighter I've ever seen in my generation. But nah, I can't give you the GOAT, granted, knowing what I know.
That's tough. Okay.
Can't do it.
Cliff completely flipped the script. On
Yeah,
those.
I think I changed my whole perspective. I can't do it though. Speeding through that fucking Panthers Ravens game because it was a
Oh, yeah, let's
fucking
ain't even on it.
bore to watch.
Q dropped off.
Well, was speeding through that.
I'm here, fellas.
Okay, 3-13. Ravens beat the Panthers by 10. Lamar Jackson 72.7 completion, 209 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did have 11 attempts for 31 yards and 1 rushing touchdown, but that was just an awful game. It was 0-3 at halftime. It was just an awful fucking game.
And Baker looked terrible.
Both of them did. Lamar didn't look good.
Yeah, that was a sloppy game.
I'm not saying Lamar looked
in the
terrible.
highlights. Right.
By no means am I saying Lamar looked terrible. And that was deja vu that just happened right there. That was deja vu that just happened right there. But didn't look good. I will say that much. He didn't look good in that game. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it, to be honest. There wasn't anything that, like, it was just an awful game, in my opinion.
It looked like it. Yeah. And I see the Panthers are going back with Sam Darnold. They're on that quarterback carousel of, what was it, P.J. Walker and Baker and Darnold. And they're definitely drafting their quarterback, that's for sure.
They have no choice.
Just to be in that same
Right.
position.
Right. They ain't doing nothing.
These motherfuckers, boy, I can't stand these motherfuckers. So now everything's updated on my phone, and I gotta re-download all the apps.
That's because you on Wi-Fi. It'll
Yeah.
download on it.
I'm on Wi-Fi.
The app should download on their own.
But why the fuck? It doesn't matter.
Anyways,
I don't care.
difficulties.
He don't got that turned on.
He don't.
Probably not, to be honest
don't.
with you. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Ravens 7-3, and all I will say about it is, don't think they're ready.
Oh no.
They may come out, like I do think that they will come
They'll
out.
win their division.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do shit.
Yeah, they'll probably lose first round or something.
Shit, and they
Just
still
Just like they did.
right, and they still haven't played Lamar. So once
Right,
again, I
right.
think you're driving him out the door.
Right. Yeah, that's a bad look.
If he gets y'all to the playoffs and y'all haven't, his mom didn't receive a call about a negotiation.
Mom, did you get the call?
Right, no. Well, listen, I'm out the door.
Right.
I mean, what the
They didn't
fuck are they
change my
holding on
fucking
for?
hair.
Stupidity.
They got the new
Right.
Google
Like
phone
they have
out.
no reason not to pay the man.
Right.
They don't.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Nothing.
They got their own reason called nothing.
That nigga stupid.
They said they're an at-will company. At-will.
Right, yeah,
Like employers.
No, that's the reverse. That's the reverse of an at-will company. We're gonna give you what you give you. You can leave at will.
Right.
We ain't gonna fire you,
Yeah.
but it's up to you.
Yeah,
When you wanna
you want to
leave.
go, you can go.
Cause shit, if anybody gets paid, why wouldn't it be him? Why wouldn't it be him? And then looking at Deshaun Watson's situation, and you like, I ain't do nothing crazy. I don't even get fucking team massages. And I'm doing all this here, and y'all ain't gonna pay me, and he pulling in 200 M's.
Right.
Oh, he's walking out the door. He's walking out the door. I promise you that. Mark my word.
I-
Timestamp that, motherfuckers.
Hey, he from Florida. I told you he leaving.
Let me write that down. I am gonna write that down. Lamar out
When
after
they-
this season.
When the Florida boy don't talk, that's the worst for you.
Hey, you would know.
That's the worst for you. He ain't saying nothing. He gone.
All right, and then I wrote it down. Excuse me. Last game, Eagles Colts.
I didn't see the game because I was traveling that day. But, what was it, 17-16?
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
I'm not liking, and I've called it back, I think, since the Texans game. I've been saying I'm not liking what I'm seeing collectively. We're playing to the opponent's potential.
Right.
and
Playing down to the
playing
opponent,
down,
yeah.
Yeah, and that's scaring me because that's not going to work come playoff time.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
It's funny, right? It's funny that you say that because this reminded me of, remember when I told you when the Eagles take their first loss, it's going to be interesting to see how they come out. Do they come out more angry, like more aggressive, or do they have like their confidence blown?
Right.
And this was a confidence blown game.
Right.
I mean, here's the thing: is the rest of the NFC's trash, so they could still
Right.
Yeah, they could
not
skate.
be
They could
playing
lose
well and make
almost
it
the
to
rest-
the NFC title
right.
game.
Right.
But with the Cowboys stepping up and no one knows where Odell's going and different the
Fair.
Giants are still.
I don't think
Their
Odell is
biggest
a needle.
issues come from their own division.
I don't
Right.
think Odell is a needle shaker though. I don't
But he-
think Odell going to New York or
Dallas.
Dallas
It's not a needle shaker.
shakes the needle to
but-
where Eagles have to be worried.
But when you're tied for second in the division,
It helps. Yeah, it
and
definitely
you're
helps.
trying to make a push towards the playoffs, I mean,
I mean,
seen the role
honestly-
he did last year.
Honestly, I think we said this like week 3. There's a good potential that the AFC East sends 3 teams, and there's a good potential that the NFC East sends 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
That does, you know what? It's crazy that you say that. That makes a lot of sense though. I wonder how much that would get you if you bet it.
Well, we'll find out January 1st before it all.
I don't know. I might go
Well, wait.
look.
Oh,
Go
wait, it'd be
looking
too
Yeah,
late.
tonight.
by then.
yeah, do that because
Might
that
go looking.
it might be too late.
Yeah, because the
by
playoffs
then.
already probably be set up, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I'll
saying
look-
like
I'll
the
look for
further
tonight,
out
man,
you
at the
make a
numbers.
bet
Right,
like
that's
that,
better
the
stakes.
more money you right. If You wait until January, they ain't gonna give you
Right.
They
shit.
ain't gonna have nothing.
Even if it's a good.
January of the next year.
I
Mhm.
think
Again.
Odell going to a team in the NFC East is a needle shaker.
You think him going to the NFC East?
Yeah, because we bring up the discussion about strength of schedule, right? We're seeing this shit now. You got an inspired coach team who's got rid of their coach. You got Jeff Saturday coming in, pumping some steroids in them, getting them right. You know what I'm saying? And you see what happened.
AFC doesn't make sense.
Philly wasn't ready. You know, you put them up against Buffalo, you put them up against Miami, you
But
put
you're
them
not
up
getting
against
there.
the 49ers. You're not coming out of that game with a W.
Most of the teams you just rattled off, though, the only place they meet them is in the Super Bowl.
And that's what I mean. Like that's really detrimental to your season if you don't
Right.
add a piece or figure out what you need to do to
If
run
you
these
have-
scores
If
up.
you haven't played anyone, it's hard to figure out where you're weak, right?
Yes,
The
yeah,
AFC
correctly.
though doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me because we know that I hate to call my guy this, but OBJ's a place whore. Let's keep it a buck. He wants to be in a place where he has an opportunity at a Super Bowl. So
The Bills.
out of the AFC, there's only two teams that would make sense because the Jets, while they're still in a good position, they're still building. It's going to take time, and we know that Odell's Achilles, ACLs, ankles can't hold up to see that come to fruition. So it only leaves the Dolphins or the Bills, both of which
Bills.
are
It only leaves
stacked.
the Bills.
That's what I was about to say. Both of which are stacked at wide receivers. Now, I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing, and he's also coming in off of half a season, so you don't have to pay him as much.
Right.
But still, in order for him to be
He can
effective,
come in and be that slot and be a possession
Just
receiver.
Play his
Right.
part. Just play his. Just like
I
he
don't
did for
know
Los
that.
Angeles.
I mean, that would be a good look with all the weapons that Miami does have. But to me, it makes more sense in Buffalo, and I don't know that they're
I
interested
don't know that
at
they
all.
want him.
Yeah, I don't know that they're interested in that situation. So that really only leaves the NFC. We know he's not going to the Eagles.
Yeah, but I think if you're really trying to make a push, I think a team like Buffalo, whoever does take him, look at Philly. We lost those games. What we do? We started picking up more pieces. We started seeing gaps. We picked up Sue.
But y'all
We
don't
picked
need
up-
wide receivers, though.
Right. I'm just saying
Just saying,
that.
generally, they figured out where their holes were.
Yeah, and I'm just saying if you're trying to make
So
a
if
push,
that's the case, bring him in with your young buck, Justin Jefferson. Take him to the Vikings.
I don't know.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm looking at a team on the rise. Bring them to the 49ers.
Well, see,
No, they got
that's
Christian
that's
McCaffrey.
dangerous, though, right? Because the 49ers are fighting to be that team.
Right.
The Vikings
Exactly.
are already that team. The Cowboys and the Giants, we don't know which one's an imitation, but right now it currently looks as if both of them are already that team.
Yeah.
But I could see you picking either one, the Cowboys or the Giants,
Right.
and falling short.
Right.
I think that
Oh, yeah.
his target is off.
Oh, yeah.
I think you need to be looking at you share the LSU bond with Jefferson. Y'all have been close before he got to the league,
But it's Kirk Cousins at quarterback.
but you also know how close they've come in the past 2 years.
But look at the last game they played.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're Odell Beckham and you know you're a difference
You ain't
maker,
You're the game
But you ain't-
changer.
but
you
you're
are
not-
the game.
but it's
Listen,
Odell-
the Rams don't make the playoffs without
But isn't
Odell.
Odell Beckham better than Justin Jefferson?
No,
Right. So Justin Jefferson.
but we
couldn't
know
help-
Odell wasn't better than Cooper
could-
Kupp.
Right, but if
He wasn't better than
but
Woods.
Right, but if we know that Justin Jefferson
Stop
could help his
it.
team get more than 3 points in that game against Dallas, you think Odell's gonna do any better?
Odell.
No.
Odell is going to get you at least.
Well, what he's going to do is, even if he doesn't produce more,
He's going to get you
like
2 extended
defense,
drives.
defenses
extended
will
drives.
have
He's
to
gonna
respect
get them 3
him,
points.
which should open up other guys. Like
Right,
that's why you
right.
bring him in.
Right.
Yeah. There's no 40-3 with an Odell on that roster.
Mm-mm.
It's just not happening.
Man, they got Adam Thielen
Not-
too, which y'all
And
forget.
think
They
about,
still got
think
40.
about,
Yeah.
think about it. Justin Jefferson currently doesn't have anybody taking anything away from him. They know it's going to Justin.
Well, like I said, no, hold on. They technically still got Adam Thielen, and he was a standout wide receiver about 2 years ago.
They know it's going to Justin
They know what's supposed to go
and
to
can't
Justin.
stop it.
But hold on, didn't they pick up the tight end too from the Lions?
Hawkinson, TJ
Yeah.
Hawkinson, that's a good pickup.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's something else
You
that
need to
takes
diversify.
eyes off of Justin. Nothing else though.
That's why Diggs has been such a
Dalvin Cook's
good.
not good enough because it's the front that have to deal with him. You feel what I'm saying? Justin's behind the linebackers and he's behind the line. So either you have a linebacker watching Dalvin or a lineman that's not going to take the blitz and roll out to try to
Right.
block the screen.
Cover the
But
flat.
either way, that doesn't affect Justin's coverage.
Yeah,
So you need
mean,
somebody like Odell,
that's the whole reason Diggs has been so successful in
Right.
Buffalo.
right? Because you
It's
got
because
Gabe,
you had a
you
Cole
have
Beasley,
McKenzie.
you had a
Right.
you have a McKenzie, you
Good
have
options.
Dawson Knox, you've got Gabe Davis.
Yeah, that's
like,
one thing that I know we talk bad about. I won't say bad, but I know we're hard on Kirk Cousins, but he doesn't have a complete offense. He just has
No, he
pieces
doesn't.
that he works with.
Yeah, I agree.
I do believe that Odell makes that a little bit more complete.
I think Minnesota runs
Especially
into
with
that Green
Hawkinson.
Bay wall.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at,
You think they
to
turn
me,
it
it's
around
another
enough for,
Aaron
to be
Rodgers,
a wall?
Devontae situation.
I don't
No,
think.
I think what Q's saying is not that Green Bay is going to be a problem for the Vikings. Is that they're going to run into the same issues that Green Bay
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like
you
with
know, have a
them-
great regular season, but at the end of the day,
They're
it's
not
still
gonna-
Cousins to Jefferson, just like Rodgers to Adams.
Listen, Minnesota. There's only been one miracle, but they seem to be in the same position every year. I
And
don't
we
know
said that
what
about
else.
Green Bay 3 years straight.
But all I'm saying is I don't know what else they need to get over the hump. Green Bay has given away pieces. The Vikings
They
haven't.
need to pair up another guy with Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Most importantly,
Madsen's nice.
I agree with that 1,000. You said who?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
but he's not I could bring it to the Miami situation. You got Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson
Right.
per se,
And,
You know
and
what I
that
mean?
helped. That rejuvenated their
and
run
that
game.
rejuvenated him a whole lot.
Right.
You know, so I mean, Matson is all right, but he's not gonna cut the mustard when you talking about making a playoff run.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
just think when Dalvin Cook don't play, he performs great. But I don't know. I don't know why they don't use him like duo wise.
that's a good question.
I mean, it's all about reps. You know, when Dalvin Cook's in a game, you're not gonna get the reps, but your reps count. They have to count. You know what I mean? There's no warm up. There's no third down and 7 where I dropped it, get another shot. You know what I mean? You're the best team in the NFC right now.
Right.
You got to prove it. You got to show it. You got to knock them out. We just talked about running up the score with Philly. Philly got to realize your offense is crazy. Your offense is crazy. There's no reason for you guys to put up only 17 against the Colts,
Well-
even though they are good defensively.
Well,
But they're not one of those teams.
Right. The issue with the Eagles is I think that Jalen Hurts is still learning how to spread the mustard. Like, he's one of those guys, we talked about it last year. He will pick a receiver, and that will be the guy he's eyeing every time down the field. Now that he has multiple weapons, this is the first season where you're actually getting to see him go through progressions and reads.
Right.
Now,
I see where the prevent has picked up a whole lot on Jalen, kind of keeping them in the pocket, keeping them from flushing out, making them make the extra decision before he takes off.
He's the only one with a strong run game on the team. I mean,
Right.
Miles, I like Miles Sanders.
He is.
Like I always say, he's just not consistent.
I don't think they use him right, to be honest.
Well,
He's not a straight up and down the field running back.
Nah, he's not in between the tackles.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
More the outside. Maybe
Yeah,
pitch.
man, and
Off
or the
tackle or
screen or
something.
like they're not using him
They
right for
should
him
do
to be
screen, right.
the most effective.
And Philly used to
Really,
use running backs a
Philly
lot better.
could have benefited from Miami with getting Chase Edmonds, just to be honest with you, before we traded him off.
Might not been bad pickup.
Now he's hurt.
They said they was worried about herpes in the locker room.
It'd be like that sometimes, but Philly's cold. You know, they keep hospitals cold for a reason.
I said, "I don't like that sometimes." times. I'm clowning. But just to wrap up that Eagles game, and Ndamukong Suh got his first sack with the Eagles.
Missed that.
Yeah, I do want to ask though. Do you think that the Colts have looked the best they've looked in a while under Jeff Weekend? Saturday, Sunday.
I haven't seen them play, honestly. Like,
I mean, they beat the Raiders 25-20, and then arguably lost by 1 to the best team in the NFL.
You could tell that they're coached.
But everybody thought that Saturday was going to be an awful pick for interim head coach.
I still don't think he's gonna finish strong. Like, I don't think he's gonna win more games than he'll lose.
I think he's gonna finish strong.
Yeah, I don't think
It looks like he is.
I don't think he's gonna win
I
more
think
games
I'm
than
leaning
he'll
towards with CT. It looks like he's doing that.
Yeah, I don't
They're
think-
4-6-1 at the moment. They don't have the worst schedule.
Right. Well, right now as a coach, he's 1-1.
Right.
I don't know that
He's
offense.
already 500,
looks
which is okay.
different.
But that's different though, right? Because you beat a team. You were supposed to be 0-2. And right now you're 500, and the game you lost was only by 1 against the
Which
best
you always
team
tell
in the
me
league.
almost in.
Listen, but when you're an interim head coach,
it don't matter.
definitely counts.
Nope, it don't.
Hey.
Almost don't.
We ain't talking
Against the-
horseshoes.
against
and-
the Eagles,
you
it
ain't,
counts.
You ain't raising your kids.
It
to
definitely
say,
counts against
you
the
almost,
Eagles.
You ain't
Against
tell
the Eagles, it
A-Rams,
counts.
Mike, you almost won. You won or you lost.
It's
Right.
better teams that have done way worse. And you're working with a low budget team with an interim head coach that everybody doubted.
I know I'm disagreeing because we just said that the Raiders' special teams kicker, interim head coach, didn't do too bad last year.
He
Well,
definitely
point
put a
is-
good game plan together that game, though.
Yeah, you either win
Right.
or you lose. That's all I'm saying. I think he's going to end up.
He made it a
losing more than
dogfight.
wins.
He made it a
did.
dogfight. There was a lot of fumbles in that game. He
Right.
made it a real life dogfight.
Even Dan Campbell makes it a
mean,
dogfight.
What the fans want to see, though. That's what the fans in Indiana
Well,
want to see.
and what do you do when you're an interim head coach? Like,
Right.
you force the team to get back to basics.
Right.
And he
Exactly,
played
yes.
there. He played there, so he's going to give it his all for sure.
Right.
He plays center.
Right.
And
Oh, that was
Take
hey.
it in.
Center,
I'm
was
just saying he played center.
center
It wasn't
get
like-
more respect than the quarterback for me.
no doubt.
Sometimes.
I love Jason Kelce.
I love Jason Kelsey.
I love Jason Kelce.
I love Jason Kelsey. And I would give him that seed.
I might start watching their podcast.
I would give. Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah, you seen it?
It's good. But I don't know. I don't think you can hate. I don't think you can hate on Jeff Saturday at the moment.
No, I'm
No.
not hating on him.
Like,
I listen
everybody
to Jeff.
came
I
out
like
the
Jeff
gates.
Saturday.
Everybody came out the gates being very hard on him, and I was
Right.
kind of like, why?
Because it was random. Because he, like you just said, he was just on ESPN doing first take and different.
But they
stuff.
didn't give him the head coach job. It said I in front of him.
Right, but it just came out of left field, kind of like the Steve Nash head coach.
Right. And you see he over there. That motherfucker does not have a Brooklyn logo on his chest no more.
Oh, shit.
Let's just hope Saturday does better.
Right.
But we'll move on. I do want to touch on a topic. This is a topic I covered last week. Per NFL.com, Lamar Jackson no longer the NFL's most electric runner.
Is that when you tried to say?
On the
Justin Fields.
in the party, Justin Fields.
Right.
They said Justin Fields with 325 yards in 2 games is the most in NFL history since Lamar Jackson's 268. They said Justin Fields' 555 yards in the last 5 games beats Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. And
I'm
they
not
said
buying
he's
that.
currently on pace to getting 1,273 rushing yards, which would be a single season rushing record since the Super Bowl era.
He was on pace. He's now injured. He's definitely not
No.
going to hit that. Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He had a shoulder injury. He was cleared for practice on Wednesday. He's expected to return on Sunday.
Today's the 23rd, right?
Wait, do they play on
Hold on.
Thanksgiving?
Today's the
No, they play
23rd,
Sunday.
right?
Bears play.
NFL, per NFL.com, Bears today. Bears quarterback Justin Fields says he's dealing with separated left shoulder.
Yeah, he playing with a separated shoulder.
So
I just had
get your
a
fantasy football team together.
I just had a report today that he was cleared for practice today.
With a partially torn ligament, basically an AC joint. He is considered day to day, but
We gonna play.
He's gonna play.
Man, that's okay.
He's
All
gonna
right.
play.
And go ahead and play against the Jets defense. Whose numbers?
And let's keep it a buck. We know those NFL injuries aren't the same as our injuries. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
His separated shoulder isn't my separated shoulder.
Right.
If he has a twinge in his shoulder, they're
calling
looking.
it.
Yeah, it's separated.
Right.
We need to look at it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's smart for him to play,
Right.
but cleared for practice, expected to play Sunday is how it is currently. And
I
even-
guess my question in that comparison, fine, call him the most electric runner. What's he doing throwing the ball compared to what those guys were doing throwing the ball, though?
That's interesting.
You-
I mean, but I would. They touched on that in the article too, and I can't remember what the percentages were, but they said that he's currently doing that with less than Vic or Jackson has ever had with the Bears, and that's facts.
Hold on, but no,
That's
because
facts.
he's got Chase Claypool.
Yeah, you
ain't no
can't
scrub.
name the Bears receiver.
Chase Claypool ain't no scrub.
He ain't no scrub, but
and Vic had Price.
yeah.
And he had they weren't. I mean, they was mediocre. They weren't. He had the tight end. That was his best target. It was the tight end.
Crawford, Algie. No, not Algie.
It was Watson or
name?
who
No,
was it?
Crawford was the tight end, wasn't
yeah.
it?
It was
That
like
was his
Carpenter.
biggest. Algie Crawford. That was Algie something like that. That was his biggest target. Was his tight end. All the receivers were Price and somebody else. There were no names.
But
Then he
that's
got work
also
done at the running back.
that's also most utilized. But let's be honest, Vic was known to throw that bomb. He threw it at least 3-4 times a game, and that wasn't no tight end.
They were a fast team
They
though,
were
so like
fast.
they
Right.
just were
Vic
like
was a
everybody on that
fast-
squad
Vic
was
Vic was
fast.
fast. I wouldn't say they were a fast team. That was
Well,
Vic.
I'm saying
Nah,
the
that team was
receivers
fast.
too. I'm trying to think of who I have who. Damn, that's gonna bother me.
Wait, who you talking about?
Let's see here. Let's see if I can Google it. Cause if I just want to Google Michael Vick's wide receivers with the Falcons to see if the name populates.
He had Price and like I said, there was one other.
That's the dude that's probably. And now the
But he
web
was
browser is
still
at
an
the
all right.
bottom.
Jamin Elliott, Michael Jenkins, Adam Jennings,
Nobody's.
Ashley, Layla.
No, that's
Nobody's.
Not. Yeah, it's not anybody.
Roddy
I'm
White.
thinking of.
Roddy White. He was a decent, but I still put him on that.
He played with Rodney White. I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Algie Crumpler.
Algie
Crumpler
Crumpler. So that was a
might
tight-
be who I was thinking.
But we
of.
already said that. No, we
That
already
was the
talked about
tight
that's the
end.
tight end.
That
We
was the
been
tight
talking
end.
about
We
that
said
this whole
Crawford.
time.
It was Crumpler.
Yeah, it was Crumpler. That's what I
But
was
no,
trying to
it's
say.
a wide receiver I'm thinking of.
It was just Price. Price is the hottest wide receiver he had in Atlanta. Besides Roddy
That
White.
might be right.
Besides Roddy White, he didn't really have weapons. I mean, he had work done, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean he had Roddy White, Ashley Lee.
right.
No, that's not who I'm thinking of. Yeah, but at the same time, like you said, who exactly does Fields have?
You
Claypool.
came
Chase
next.
Claypool.
Mooney. Got Claypool.
Claypool, I'll give you. Claypool,
you
I'll
got-
give you.
Montgomery as his running back. Other than that,
Yeah, Claypool.
Hold
I'll
on.
give you.
They got the other St. Brown. He ain't no punk either.
Man.
Nikhil Harris.
He ain't no punk either.
Man.
He don't be doing much though.
But at the same time, I guess you could say, how much is that? How much of that is on Justin Fields as well?
What you mean? He just ain't getting the job done.
That's what
on
I'm
the
saying,
ball.
like pass placement.
He's throwing it to Komet.
Well, no,
the
you
tight
just
end.
got to get it done because, like you said about Jalen Hurts, you said I keep seeing him run the ball. I keep seeing him score off his feet.
I mean,
wanna
but
see
he's
him
been
throw more
he's been putting up some
So
throwing
that's
touchdowns.
what I'm saying. You gotta put the numbers up. You gotta throw the touchdown.
That's why motherfuckers is talking about him like that. It ain't just from the rushing touchdowns. That nigga he's put up plus 30 in the fantasy football in the past couple weeks.
From
This
mostly
week was his
rushing.
first
From
week.
mostly rushing.
It's a combination of both.
But man,
Both.
It's a combination of both.
Let me find out.
He killed
I've been
the
hearing about the
fantasy.
running.
I mean, he's
the
throwing
bottom line
153
is
yards.
the Bears
I
are
mean, if
3
y'all
and
wanna
8.
call that bold.
Why are we talking about it?
Did you hear
Touchdown in itself.
Because we're talking about it because it's still stats for the player, right? And a lot of it is like it affects your career is affected by who you get drafted to,
Agreed.
i.e. Trevor Lawrence. I guarantee you if Trevor Lawrence went to a better team, he'd be in the talks right now. But because he's currently on Jacksonville with ETN, the only familiar name he knows he can't get much done.
No, he has a Super Bowl winning coach on Jacksonville. With a
Yeah.
statue right outside Philly. I told
He
you
got some
it's in
rep,
the Philly,
though.
Philly special.
They got Christian Kirk, man. They pay him
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah, they do got
And he is
Kirk.
killing.
Justin Fields don't have no Super Bowl winning coach. Trevor Lawrence does. I'm just saying.
That doesn't mean nothing, though.
Experience don't mean nothing?
No, the coach can the coach play for him?
No, but you always talk about experience all the time.
But
though.
it's Jacksonville. Like, let's be honest, Jacksonville has been
Ingram,
cleaning
Zay
the
Jones.
bottom of the pool for years.
But they're better than the Raiders right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do they have a better record?
I believe so. In the power rankings, when I seen them,
They might be one game above us.
Yeah, they
Y'all
been
both are 3 and
No,
7.
we're tied.
So
yeah,
when
like
you
I
say they've been
said,
cleaning
so they're not.
you said they've been cleaning the bottom of
Look at that
The
though.
Ra-
You
the
got
Raiders
Trevor
aren't better
Lawrence
than
with
Jaguars.
ETN, and you got Derek Carr with Devontae Adams, and you're comparing that?
Maybe it's just the luck of the draw. Then look at Carr, who's got look at Carr, perfect example, who has weapons and he's
So
just as good as
so
them.
what I'm saying is give Trevor Lawrence Devontae Adams, and is he still 3-7?
Yep.
He's 3-7 without him.
Right,
So how could he be 3-7 with him?
because that's just how that's his best of his abilities.
The way their team is
that, don't,
constructed.
that don't even
That's the
compute.
best of his abilities.
That don't even compute right there.
That's just what he's capable of right now.
It's just the name Jacksonville.
Right, Jacksonville definitely ain't.
It's
They
just-
Since Byron
in the
left
same
us.
bucket as the Browns, Raiders,
Uh-huh.
all of them. They're all in the same bucket. The fuck up teams, the teams that are in a position and fuck it up. That's what we are.
They don't want to win.
But I'm saying Carr's doing less with more. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence is doing more with less. I can't hate on my nigga. I can't hate on my young Barbie doll right now.
Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
somebody
get
in
to
love with Ken.
I tell you what.
we get into the pick'ems.
Where we at?
After you stole mine away from me.
Yeah, so
Right.
make sure you come back this time. How many do we got?
I didn't even look
Too
at the
many.
game.
Yeah, we got 9.
There are no bye weeks this week.
Yeah, we got 9 games this week
Thursday
because I
games.
added all Thursday games too on top. So with 9, I'm gonna need y'all to throw out another topic while I take another piss. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then we'll get into these picks as soon as I get back. Robbery.
Shoot, I want to talk about top teams. Who y'all think the top teams are?
Throw it out.
I mean, in terms of the top teams right now, I mean, you've got to say Philly, right?
Philly, Vikings, didn't talk to.
Chiefs. But they're also playing in the NFC, which is trash.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
Like-
it's hard for me to say that they're the best teams in the league when their entire conference is trash.
Right, it is hard.
Like, there is only one decent division
But
right
my
now.
Squad, the Pats, we look like we're getting something rolling.
The Pats, if they can show us something into this back end of divisional games, I'll
I
believe.
know we in on the back end. Yep.
I'm looking at Chiefs 1, Dolphins 2, Philly 3, Vikings 4.
Man, you crazy.
I'm gonna put Cincinnati at 5 right there. I like that one too.
I
We'll
put
put the
Dallas over
Bengals
Cincinnati.
over the Bills.
He's crazy. He said Dolphins too. Come on.
Like, I'm okay to say the Bills are the bottom of the top 5.
Come on now.
I don't know if I could go beyond that.
Hey, no bias. No bias.
That's all right. You got to remember we got
Dallas-
all y'all got offense right now. We got all around. We still have all
I
around.
think that
Hey.
the game changer for Buffalo right now, as long as Josh gets his shit back together, their run defense has looked fucking great this season.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
the thing that hurt them last year, was not having a run defense. So it's hard for me not to put them in the top 5 when they've got one of, if not the best, like, defense in the league right now. And it is the offense, shockingly, that has been fucking costing them games the last 3 weeks.
That's where you miss Dayball.
Well, fuck that. He talking that nonsense. What's they gonna do against
Hey,
the
we
Lions
hey, we
tomorrow?
play the Bills Thursday night game after this week.
Yep.
What y'all gonna do against the Lions tomorrow?
Short week, super short week.
Who
It
plays
is a short week.
the Bills? Play the Lions.
Yeah.
Bills Lions have the noon game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Back in Detroit.
2 short weeks in a row.
Bills by 10.
Detroit on a 3-game win streak.
Bills by 10.
Bills 10.
Bills 14.
Mm.
I think they're gonna run it up because they
I
got
don't
that
think
Bills
so
Mafia.
at
I
all.
told you, Mike, out in Detroit too. They
don't fuck
show
around.
out. They show out there.
I'm going Bills 6.
Mm.
I wanted to say 3, but I'm gonna go Bills 6.
Think Jared Goff's gonna have a little
Mhm.
extra something?
I do. I think they're playing in their
Tyler Bass kicking field goals in
Listen,
Detroit Stadium.
but we don't know what the weather gonna be like.
Doesn't matter. It's a dome, dude.
Right.
Tyler
Right.
Bass is like, this is my home. We should
Right.
build a dome.
You all right about that.
We're gonna be
I don't know.
A-okay.
It's Thanksgiving. I'm feeling giving.
Mm.
I feel like Detroit gonna give Bills a hard time.
I do.
Mm.
Detroit by 3.
Mm.
That was what I wanted to go with, but I don't think that's right. Yeah, I don't think that's right. But you got CT.
I got Detroit by 7.
Ooh, shit.
See, that just made me feel more confident that the Bills are going to win. So
For sure.
I mean, listen, I was leaning towards the Lions, but I do feel like the Bills could edge it out.
I'd like to change mine from 10 to 9. 3 Tyler Bass field goals.
I like Williams, Swift at the running backs.
And I'm going to write that down, too.
Running backs don't have good games against the Bills. That's Derrick Henry.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
That's Nate Chubb.
All right, 3 Tyler Bass field goals.
Damn, my daughter just sent me some money. What?
Uh-oh.
Not usual that transaction goes that way.
I
Hey,
ain't
she
made
just
it
paying
there
a
yet.
bill. Ain't giving me shit.
I ain't made it there yet now, baby. We got Giants Cowboys, the Beckham Bowl, as they've
Yeah, Cowboys by 6.
monikered it.
Cowboys by 6. I think it's going to be definitely a close, tight game. Because that kicker for the Cowboys got me like 22 damn fantasy points last week. He was going off. I don't know how many field goals he made. He's number 1 in fantasy, too.
You up and you just keep kicking the field goals.
Right, right.
This is actually a tough one for me, I'm not going to lie. Keep it a buck. The next 2 Thursday games are kind of tough for me. I'm leaning on the Pats Vikings, too. I don't know how I feel about it. But right now, Giants Cowboys is a lot tougher than Pats Vikings, in my opinion.
Giants Cowboys are both averaging right around like 23 points a game. I think it's a close game. I think it goes it's toss up. Let's go Giants by 2.
That
you
I'm going
they
Cowboys.
you waited, dude.
Just because you did that, I'm going Cowboys too now.
Well, let me hurry up. Giants by 1.
$1.
1.
That's it. $1 make you holler.
Don't want that. And make you do something else, too.
I think I'm going Cowboys.
Ask Deshaun.
You a fool, kid.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Where's the game at?
going-
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, I think.
Jerry World.
He might
Well,
open
he
the
gonna-
motherfucking dome during halftime.
Yeah, he gonna the weather been nasty down here.
In New
You know,
York,
we
it'd
get
be
the
like,
same.
so what? We just got kicked on the subway tracks. We good.
It's supposed to rain, I believe, tomorrow too.
Is it?
Yeah, it ain't gonna be rough, but
Right. I mean, that's
Yeah.
rough when you know.
Well, you
got
know, it's that
gloves, you
humidity
try and
mixed with
catch
the
a
cold
football
weather.
and-
That's the fucked up part about it.
Listen, them gloves and that wet football do not mix.
Nah,
That's just
yeah.
like
Who you got, CT?
I got Dallas by 3.
All right. Next, we got Pats Vikings. This is the one right here. I'm leaning Pats, man, but
Vikings by 3.
see, that's what I was leaning for the Pats.
I think Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and them redeemed themselves.
But that's a tough defense to do it against.
I'm going
Pats
Vikings by
3.
10.
You said
Did I give you a
Vikings 10.
Giants pick?
Yeah, you said
Cowboys?
Giants won.
You said Giants won, Q.
That is right.
Yeah.
That is right.
Yeah, don't let that he hat go to your head.
So, I'm sorry. I'm thinking back.
Mike and CT, Pats Vikings.
Vikings by
Pats
14.
Vikings
Pats
14. And CT, you said Pats what?
I got Pats by 13.
That's exactly what I
Whoa.
thought you was going to say.
Whoa.
That's exactly what I thought you was going to say. All
Kirk
right, next.
Cousins can't hang with us.
I don't think so. I think if y'all lock Justin up, it's going to be tough for them. Texans Dolphins. I
Oh,
feel like
easy.
that's an easy one, but
Dolphins, man, I'm saying Dolphins by 14.
Dolphins by
I was
24.
gonna say more than that.
Upset
116.
alert. Upset alert.
Mike said Dolphins 24. He said upset
Upset
alert.
alert.
I just caught that. Oh shit. I mean, Texas ain't been playing awful, but I don't know if I'll be saying upset
I
alert.
don't know. Well,
What you got, CT? I'm interested to hear it.
I don't know. They going with Allen over Davis Mills. I mean, all right. Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Definitely can't.
I'm changing my
more.
Dolphins 18, adding 2.
They got Kyle Allen starting.
Dolphins
over
18.
Davis Mills.
Dolphins 7.
CT said
he was
Dolphins
bluffing.
I'm going with Miami 17. Yeah. You know, coming off a bye week, you know.
Right.
I'm gonna be
That's
mad
right.
next week. I'm gonna be like, I should have just took the Texans.
You can't have all your
Yeah, he
games
tried it
underdogs.
like that.
Or bet it on the Vegas part. Shit.
Here we go. Bears Jets.
Matt White's playing. Justin Fields banged up.
That's the interesting part about it.
But Jets have the better defense. So defense wins championships. I'm saying Jets by 3.
Jets 3.
Jets 6.
That's my next one.
Makes it Jets 6.
Going Bears 7.
That's where I'm at. I'm going Bears too. I think the Jets are starting to show who they are.
Weakness. Yeah, they're folding.
I don't know if I want. How do I want to do this? I'm going Bears 10. Fuck it.
And I'll put
Bears 10. I like the Bears by 3.
Bears 3. Next game we got Buccaneers Browns.
I'm going with the Bucks by 10.
Said Bucks 10. I'm going Browns 6.
Brown 6.
Yep.
Jacoby beating Tom Brady and Mike
Yes,
Evans and them?
Yep. Sure do. Got Browns 6.
Okay.
Bucks 6.
Cliff has totally flipped the script tonight.
Yeah, I'm going Browns 6, baby.
and I'm going Bucks 10.
Bucks 10.
Well, that's a smart man.
Nah, he got Tom Brady currently got to deal with AB posting fake nudes. at
Right.
Giselle. He fighting much more in the field right now.
That
That
was
nigga's getting
crazy.
Shit, she out on lunch with other dudes, man.
Yeah,
He
her,
don't care no more.
And then move right next to him.
Jiu-jitsu
It's
instructor.
definitely,
That's bold. That's Oh,
water.
Listen, his fight is not on the field right now. Is all
No
I got
doubt.
to say.
She fucking with him. That was she
You
doing.
know she is. That's why when
Yeah.
that's why I always say, "Oh, you wasn't on last episode." I apologize. I'll touch on it.
We basically ain't even have an episode last episode.
I mean, I still published it for all my
Oh,
shower heads. Y'all
shit.
may want to check it out. I got real flagrant towards the end of that episode,
Jizzy
and I
from
might
the
touch
block.
back on it. Yeah, CT, who you got?
What was the picks again? My bad.
Bucks.
Bucks Browns. You stupid.
Threw me off. Huh?
Bucks Browns.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Bucks by 21 easy.
21. They ain't having that
That's
kind of
big money.
season.
Mr. Underdog going with the fucking skunk.
I love it, man.
I'm getting this rhythm back.
Okay.
I don't know about by 21. I don't know about that kind of rhythm.
Round 6 is what I'm saying. Ravens, Jags.
Ravens by 12.
Ravens 13.
Okay.
I don't know why I said 12.
I'm going Jacksonville by
Right,
2.
it really did.
What'd you say, Q?
He said Jacksonville too.
Jacksonville by 2.
You know it's
Where's,
crazy.
where's Les when you need it?
Something
Right.
told me Jags on this game, but I'm not feeling it. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna go Ravens 3.
Mark Andrews is back, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens 3.
Worry about no stinking Mark Andrews.
He ain't been effective this season.
Who
But,
you got? C Tizzle.
Jacksonville by 7.
Jags.
I like
Ravens.
Jacksonville.
he like that
I
Christian
do
Kirk.
too, man, but I don't know. Raiders Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Seattle by 6.
Seahawks by 8.
I'm going Seahawks 3. Mark says Seahawks 8.
Not
Seahawks
Raiders
6.
by 4.
Nope.
Raiders by 3.
Ooh.
Cliff said Geno Smith over Carr.
Yes, sir. We got CT. We got one more and we out.
Seahawks by 3.
Oh, Eagles.
No, we already did Eagles, didn't we?
We didn't do Eagles Packers.
No, we didn't.
Oh, no, we didn't. That is the next one. Eagles Packers is the next one.
We got Eagles by 7. They've been scaring me lately, so I just don't know.
I'm going Eagles 1.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
I do think the defense will have a field day with that young wide receiver core in Green Bay, though.
But, I mean, I also feel like your boy's on one. What's his name? Christian Watson.
But like I said, when you're going against James Bradbury and Darius Slay,
Man, I still feel like if you want one, you want one. And James Bradbury, while he is James Bradbury, he's older. He's older now. He's not the same.
lockdown is still lockdown.
I'm just saying.
And you gotta think he's going against young Devontae Smith every day in practice.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know that.
That's why he not ready for Green Bay, because Green Bay gonna win by 4.
I guarantee he's guarding him at least half the time. If it's not him, it's Slay.
Eagles by 7.
Eagles.
Because Slay got to guard Brown, Cliff. So actually, I take that back. He is guarding Smith.
But you don't necessarily know that they going ones versus ones.
Just offense versus defense in general and coverage.
But you don't know that they're
I
necessarily
see what you're saying,
going ones
man-to-man,
versus ones.
man-to-man.
No, what I'm saying is the offensive one versus defensive one. They may not be doing that.
Oh, right.
They may be doing offensive one against practice squad and defensive
I
one
would-
against second string. Like
Right.
I would put Bradbury on Brown, not Slay. I would put Slay on Smith. That's just me.
Because I think
Speaking
Slay is
from
a
a
better
defense perspective.
one out of the two. I could be
oh,
wrong.
you're talking about in practice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tripping. I'm like, they're all on the same team.
Right,
I'm tripping. CT, who you got? And then
I got the Eagles by 10.
Eagles. Now, before we get into these hit the showers, the last thing, and this is going into my hit the shower, so I'm not taking up too much time, right? But I do want to point out the fact that Tom Brady texted Antonio Brown.
Didn't say what he's.
Yeah, when he had that long paragraph text that he did to Antonio Brown. I, being the investigative journalist that I am, the first thing that I wanted to see is the time and date the text was sent.
Right.
So it was sent May 10th, 2021 at 12:58 p.m. I would imagine Eastern time since Brady was in Tampa Bay.
I'd imagine.
Right? So that's 3 months after the Super Bowl victory.
He may not have been in Tampa Bay. He
may not have
in
been
his
in
home
Tampa.
in Foxborough or wherever he
Could
is.
be.
He was in Florida somewhere.
I guarantee he was.
Back at Cali. He back at the crib in Cali.
Now, mind you, that was 3 months after the Super Bowl victory, in which time AB didn't do anything wrong, right?
No, he walked off the field. He walked off. Remember, he
that
quit
was
on the
the
team.
year after. That was the year after the Super Bowl victory. You got to think, this is May 10th, 21. So that means that they won the Super Bowl in February. He's sending the text by May. So in those 3 months, what happened? Nothing of major that was in the headlines about AB. Right. So my whole thing is something had to have happened to make him feel a certain kind of way. Whether AB invited people over to the house that he thought were unsavory or whatever the case may be, something took place to make him send that text message, right? Now we're in a situation where AB is alluding to the fact that he may or may not have slept with Giselle Brady, correct? Now he's sending out fake naked pictures or whatever the case may be. Now we know that Giselle Brady has chose to buy the house next to Tom and is out on dates, right?
We're her jiu-jitsu instructor.
So my whole thing is she's trying to hurt that man.
She is.
What would hurt more than fucking your quote-unquote best friend for the season, a nigga, mind you, at that, and then turning around and buying the house next door to show off the fact that you're out on the market? I feel like there's a lot deeper of a situation going on there, and the only reason why AB is posting fake nudes is because he lost his phone or possibly went through an Apple update like I did and can't get to the actuals. Why else would that text come out at that specific time after the Super Bowl? Or unless it was a situation where Brady was trying to get back with him on some COVID park type shit. Like, you know, like, let's work on next season. Yeah. And AB's like, nah, I'm good, G. I see you at training camp, or I see you, you know, like, I'm not on that. Now he's like, well, I think the people you hanging around are a bad influence on you. Little did Brady know, it was Jizzy from the block.
Man, stop playing. We know he was hanging with he be hanging with Kanye and trying to act like.
Which is why she gotta hit the showers. Jizzy from the block hit the showers. Hit him again, man, because now it's like, damn, like you trying to hit him too, like that's too much. Moving in next door to him, and it's not like you trying to make the relationship better. You trying to make it worse.
She's trying to be closer to her kids. I mean, I don't.
Jizzy from the block on hit them joints. She probably in them joints right now with her jiu-jitsu instructor. And I bet you he has her in a rear naked as we speak, facing the shower head. Hit him again, but this time wash. I'm just playing.
Damn.
Listen.
He said clean up.
You know? Summer's Eve, baby.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at a couple reports.
All right. Mine is switching gears over to hockey.
Summer's Eve and vinegar.
Vinegar.
That'll clean you right on up. Let me start teaching these young ladies how to snap that pussy back.
You are a fool.
Y'all ain't seen that Mike Epps?
Nope.
Y'all should look it up.
Who's yours, Mike?
Snap that pussy back. Go ahead.
Mine goes to the Columbus Blue Jackets defense. So went to
They
the
got
game.
rid of everybody.
Went to the game Sunday. We gave up. Now official
Do you still
stats.
have Jones?
No.
Jones is gone.
Uh,
Seth Jones,
I think he's gone.
the mixed dude, the number.
I think he's gone.
He
Either
replaced
that
Jack
or
Johnson.
he's hurt. Either that or he's hurt because I didn't.
I
see
hope
the
he's
name
hurt
pop
because
up.
I wouldn't have gave him up.
But Tarasov, goalie,
I think it's Seth Jones.
actually head to head with former CBJ goalie Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
Tarasov had 47 saves,
How many Bob have?
like 13.
I love Bob.
But that's where the
Bobrovsky
hit
is
the
my
showers
favorite.
goes to the Blue Jackets defense for putting Tarasov in a position where he had to make 47
That's
fucking
how Bobrovsky
saves.
had to be when he was on the team. The fuck.
So Blue Jackets defense hit the showers.
Fuck. At least then he had Jack Johnson and Wisniewski.
Yeah.
Wisniewski. When Number
Wisniewski, I think, is
21,
what it is,
yeah.
but yeah.
those were two. I like those two defensive men that we had.
Honestly, the only names that I recognize, the only name I really recognize is Boone.
Really, we still got
We
Boone.
do still have Boone.
Okay, Boone Jenner.
Boone. All right, who's up?
I think I'm gonna give mine to Zach Wilson just because of that press
Ignorant.
conference.
Yes, ignorant. You
When
can't
they
do
asked
that.
him about how his role or how
He's not on me.
right.
Somebody else did that too, though, this past week.
Probably Aaron Rodgers.
He does it every week. He does it.
Was it
every
Aaron
week.
Rodgers? But I feel like Aaron Rodgers, honestly, is in a position where he can.
Oh, here we go, man.
You have Alan Lazard, Christian Watson. Who else? We know that what's the name he
coulda
didn't
let-
pan out.
Did they put a gun-
Watkins
did
didn't
they-
pan
did they-
out. What's the name he from? Damn, I can't think of his name.
Did they put a gun to his head or did he resign a contract?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I can have
I'm not
empathy.
going to say they didn't put a gun to his head.
I'm not gonna say that
Did
Aaron
they-
Rodgers is the one making those mistakes, and historically, he's never been the one to make those mistakes.
But he hasn't played the best this season.
If you don't have somebody to throw to,
Right, we
that's
just
Clark's
talked about
argument.
young. You got Alan Lazard, Christian Watson.
He's not young. He's not. He's a veteran.
He's
should be able to
young
get it done.
enough.
Aaron Rodgers.
Lazard,
Oh,
the wide receiver.
But no, even beyond that, you have a veteran quarterback. You have to get
Be
it
able to
done.
make
But
things
if you
work.
don't have a wide receiver that's where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be, that we know Rodgers is known for getting the ball where it should be. If you're not in place, just like he said before the season started, we need to get these wide receivers up to speed to know the playbook to
So
be
who's
where
Mac
they're
Jones?
supposed to be.
Who's Mac Jones got a wide receiver?
Well, see, that's the difference. Mac Jones is learning. He's learning now. Aaron Rodgers has been in the league for years.
Right. So
the
he should
learn
be-
is over. He's expecting you to be good.
No, you can't. No, that's you can't expect that. That's a new team. That's going to be new teams. The longer you play, you're not going to have
Regardless,
the same players.
regardless, the wide receiver's job is less stressful, strenuous, or anything like that than the quarterback's job. All we ask you to do is be the fuck where you need to be. If you
Right.
can't be there,
Right,
you make
right,
that
right,
quarterback
right.
look awful.
Right.
And that's what's happening. You have a core of wide receivers who are always injured
What about when
and
you have-
that are still are.
Right.
And then wide receivers who have never played in the NFL too much.
Well, he had Devontae and still didn't get it done. Hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2010.
10, right. But we have that conversation. Devontae can't do it by himself, just like Justin Jefferson can't do it by himself.
I mean,
I'm not putting it on Aaron Rodgers, is all I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers has proved time and time again. He threw 5 interceptions last year.
time and
23
time again that he
touchdowns,
can't make
5
it-
interceptions.
That he can't make it past the NFC Championship in his own
I'm
home
just
at
saying,
Lambeau
from
Field.
somebody who, that ratio was the best in the NFL. From somebody who throws like that.
Dan Marino had ratios too. No offense. Key,
I'm
he ain't won the
saying
ring.
that ratio was the best ratio in the NFL last year, meaning you surpassed the GOAT, who had 12 interceptions.
Oh my gosh.
12 interceptions, 5 interceptions. 23 touchdowns,
You.
less than.
Man, so Rodgers is the GOAT.
I'm not saying, well, you already know my stance. I've always said I like Rodgers more than Brady. But we all know that Brady's not the GOAT.
Ah.
We all know that. Yeah, I put words in everybody's mouth, even the Patriots fan. We all know Brady's not the GOAT because you had the game geared towards you to get what you made happen.
They don't protect Aaron Rodgers as well.
No, Aaron Rodgers doesn't ask for protection. Aaron Rodgers' old ass at 39 will still get out there
He's
past
mad
that.
about calls. He's hit the refs in press conferences.
Well, everybody's gonna get mad at calls, but I'm saying when you're willing to pass that line of scrimmage at the age of 39 and run the ball, that lets me know that you're willing to put it on the line. But once again, Brady, who they call run plays on 4th and 6, just so they don't put him in a position of getting hit. That lets you know he's been babied throughout his entire career. From the first Super Bowl, that's when the babying began.
Why
We
do
may be
I
onto
feel
something.
why do I feel like CT's hit the showers might be Cliff?
Listen, and it can be, baby. But you're going to have to prove to me that they did not baby Brady throughout his career. And that can't be proven. There's not a Stephen A. Smith. There's not a person that can prove Brady has not been babied. We've even seen it this year with calls that he's gotten. How many games got extended? I'll answer the question. 2 of them.
45.
2 of them got extended off of bad calls this year alone. 2 games Brady lost that got extended off of bad calls. I can't remember the teams exactly.
The Falcons was probably one of them, but they had to cut him a break. I mean, the man.
But how many breaks do you need? Motherfucker got 9
Hold
rings.
on. This football. What you need to break?
I'm
for?
exaggerating. It's 7,
I'm
but
talking
still.
about he need to break the season because of what we know. He's the real fight's off the field. So
Well,
that's probably
maybe you
time
should have
for
listened
him.
to your old block heavy bitch and retired. Maybe you should have retired,
He didn't
and
wanna
then you
stay
wouldn't
at
have
home.
been dealt with
He didn't
that.
want to be a stay-at-home
Oh,
dad.
Right.
With Giselle all day.
Right. So, lie in your bed, B. Lie in your bed. But I'm not gonna be like, because you knew what you had to come into. And I'm pretty sure she told you before
Right.
the season
She did.
started,
I'm sure she did.
I'm out if you do it.
Right. I'm sure that was a
The fuck?
conversation.
Like, now we supposed to be like, well, Brady's
Or
going
shots.
through shit. Fuck him.
Cliff?
Fuck him.
I agree. Fuck Tom Brady. Moving on.
We done gave you too much already. Now we supposed to be sorry for you because what you going... Fuck you, nigga. You chose to play. And you ain't doing a good job of it.
So you would have stayed home, been a stay-at-home dad? instead of
The
coming
crazy
in?
thing is, no, fuck all that. The crazy thing is... Yeah, no, fuck all that. I'm playing again. You can leave, bitch. Yeah, I'm playing again.
That's what I want to hear.
I'm playing till they roll me onto the field.
Right.
Or at the 50-yard line, and I'm waving during the
Right.
flip, the coin toss. They're like, that man only 35 years old. He's already in a fucking wheelchair. Yeah, but you look at the jizzy from the block I had to deal with at the house.
Right.
You can have the legs. I just want to be out
Get
on
out
the
the crib,
field.
right.
Help me.
Right.
Get out,
Round
you
some
know?
testosterone. Who
But
y'all
I
hit
said,
the
yeah.
showers? Who y'all hit the showers?
I'm gonna
Man.
go with Kirk Cousins the way he played against Dallas.
That was my second pick.
That's
Like,
interesting.
I think he only had like 100 yards total.
Yeah, he
I
didn't
didn't even
play
write,
fast.
I didn't even write his stats down. I
He
didn't
didn't
even
play
cared
fast.
about that
Wasn't
game, to
even,
be
yeah.
honest. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I
And he
didn't
got
write
some
them down.
boys tomorrow, so yeah, Kirk, hit them showers and then wake up and then hit the showers again.
Second time, just make sure you're awake
Right.
for the game.
I was gonna say, is he gonna be awake?
He gonna be too full. Don't eat too much. He gonna be.
Nah, that motherfucker, he needs to be on his halal. We talked about
Hey,
that halal.
they-
Be on your intermittent
went-
fasting so you get that turkey leg. And that
Said
should
they
be the
didn't
only
put somebody
meal
on
for
the
the
plane
day.
this week with the chains on dancing, did they?
Right, and then why did they give him the chains? He was the last person that deserved it.
Because he's the quarterback. They want to. They want to
Man,
build
the
his.
defensive line should have kept everyone and been like, we got
So
our
they can
things
build his.
this week.
It's all about building the confidence.
Man,
and stuff.
he's too.
You got to.
He's a veteran. There shouldn't be no confidence.
But
to
he's
build.
not had that kind of success until he hit the.
I mean,
He didn't have
Kirk
success.
Cousins.
Right.
He didn't have success, and all the time while we putting chains on him,
he won.
you weren't successful.
He put up some fantasy points and stuff too.
Man, stop the
Just
madness.
saying.
But yeah, who you got, Q?
Man, I got one for the NFL. This is good. My hit the showers go to Sean Kugler.
Who?
Kugler.
Sean,
Is that the coach that got
Kugler.
fired or something?
What did he make
that's
the
the offensive line running game
made the new
coordinator
Carolina
for the
Panthers
Arizona
movie?
Cardinals.
The one who
For
got
he groped the woman in Mexico
Mexico City.
City.
Oh, the Arizona
On
Cardinals
Sunday
coach.
night.
Now, this gonna
He's not a
sound
Panthers coach.
Cardinals.
No,
Cardinals.
the
He's the
Arizona
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
offensive
So
line.
where did we get Panthers from?
I don't know where you.
No,
got that.
no. Arizona Cardinals.
He's giving the Arizona Cardinals.
See, the light went off. You see my light just went off?
Yeah.
See my light went off when I said that?
Yeah, I knew it was the Cardinals, but I feel like somebody said something about the Panthers. That threw me off.
No, Arizona Cardinals.
That's
Yeah.
why I said he made the new movie, the Wakanda Forever. The Carolina
Yeah,
Panthers.
That's the
groping
other
women in
Oh,
Mexico
okay, I
City.
got it.
So when they,
Just
when they say he, well, I guess he did.
Groped
but
the woman in Mexico.
What does
City.
that mean?
He grabbed
Nah,
her
that mean
underneath.
it really
Fumble her or some
happened because
shit?
they sent his ass on a plane Monday morning and told him he fired.
Right. That's,
Yeah,
that's
it
a
said he
lonely
grabbed,
flight.
like, groping is, like, okay, so don't get me wrong, right? Like, I came up in an era
Oh,
where
shit, where
we
groping
went to the
was-
club and you dance with women, you know? Now, if a woman didn't want to dance with you and you grabbed her,
Right.
that would be considered groping. Like, just grabbing a woman by
Unwanted
the arm
physical
trying to get
touch.
a dance,
Unwanted physical
right,
touch.
would be a grope,
That makes
right?
sense. Damn, that sucks.
So immediately, I think, like, well, what was he doing? But then when you say Mexico City, right?
I'm right. I'm thinking like he's like,
Listen, big white man like that, he like, listen, I'm not an American. This is free game. I'm in a
Yeah.
foreign country.
You're right.
Yeah, you
Look.
get in trouble too.
Mexican
Look,
authorities.
the team itself won't even comment on the situation. They just say they'll let the legal process play out. So
Well, he'll get suspended for 11 games, and we'll see him coaching somebody's offensive and defensive. line.
No, man. You gotta let that.
Jacksonville.
As strong as the NFL went at Deshaun, you gotta let him go.
No,
You
I
gotta set a
agree.
precedent.
Right.
I agree with that.
You've
but
got to follow through on the precedent.
Yeah.
Exact. There you go.
Listen,
There you
what
go.
I
You gotta
say,
make it happen.
this is what I will say, is ever since people started coming out with that anti-Semitism, black people were like, well, wait a minute. If it's going to be like that for them,
They played
it
it-
better be like that for us. So now you got blacks actually wanting action for shit that we never got action for in the past.
They played a little clip message of it before the Nets game last night because I told you Kyrie is back.
Oh, did you see the black Israelites that showed up to the game?
No.
Yeah, they did a
They
whole march
trolling
around
him.
the.
They trolling him, huh?
They did a whole march around the. Well, the black Israelites were on his side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're not gonna get into the
Yeah.
conversation,
Right,
but the
right,
lost
right.
tribes of Israel came from Africa, so there's a group of black people that believe they are the true Jews. But there's 12 tribes, so doesn't matter what we look like. We could be all different colors.
Yeah.
And right now, it seems like the blacks are only focused on us. As we should, though. You know what I mean? History stolen and shit. So I like the fact that the black Israelites showed up because most Americans don't even know that they're African and Arabic Jewish people.
Right.
We only know white Jews here, and that's not the only
That's true.
group.
That's true.
So it almost seems like the anti-Semitism is just geared towards the white Jews. But it's like, well, wait a minute. There's many other Jews around. And that's what Kyrie was getting at when he posted that. He just didn't know all that bullshit was in it as
Right.
well. Or maybe he did and he overlooked those parts to try to,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I just feel like he just failed to point it out and address it. With
He just should have been 100.
Yeah.
Listen, if that was Kyrie and they asked me if I was anti-Semitic, if I would had any, I would say, listen, I think that all white men in power are the devil, not just the Jews.
Cliff would have been
Yeah.
banned from the
Yeah.
All
league.
of them.
Now wait just a damn.
And that's your last check.
Listen, that would have been that has been my exact response. All of them are the devil, not just the Jews. The fuck. Now let's be 100. One thing we know absolutely about power is it corrupts. Absolutely.
Right.
That has nothing on race. That means that black people are just as corrupt as the whites, but blacks don't run it. You feel me?
Right.
We're just the pawns in the shit. So
Dembe.
When I call the devil, it's the one at the top
Right.
that's making all this happen.
Right.
We don't have to
The
guess
man.
what complexion
The
we
man.
are. Is all I'm
The
saying.
man.
Easy.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
Love everybody, but the devil's
Yeah.
on top.
That's why my profiles all say have lived long enough to become the villain.
And I'm not mad at you, baby. Just be honest.
Hey.
Just be honest. I love you for it. But nah, I'm bullshitting.
So that's the wrap
Anything
up.
else? Do we got anything else? Anything we missed?
Happy early turkey day to everybody.
Happy holidays to everybody,
Happy
even the
holidays.
devil's on top.
Happy
Like,
no work to
subscribe.
Monday.
I know that's right. Share, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll.
CT, did you get that PlayStation 5? I know you ain't get it.
Yeah, probably.
I
We'll
got
see you
Xbox.
next Wednesday.
Yeah, well, next Wednesday. You ain't
Next
get it?
Wednesday we'll be back. Be good or be good at it, showerheads. We out this bitch.